Did it do anything? It didn't do anything. Oh. So then. Oh, is it gonna work? Oh. And then just change the.
Pause that because that's weird.
Oh, nope, it's not doing it.
No.
Okay.
We're trying to get the chat to work on our end, so I'm trying to work around it.
Here? Like that. Oh, there we go. I got it. Why is it an odd size?
Oh, I'm at 125. So Naomi's going to retain here. So I even moved the board out of the way so you don't have any problem seeing the entire TV.
That's true.
So they're starting with Rio.
I can see the TV.
Or Rhea, Io, and Naomi first. There's a lot of O's in those names.
What's this doing? Why is there a child yelling?
Why did you unpause it? That's the other watching.
Oh, what is this?
Just hit pause.
I don't know what's going on.
Because the chat isn't working for us, I have to watch the live stream on my other account.
Oh, gotcha.
Yep.
Okay, going to Anaheim for the first time this year. Is there anything to do before or after the game?
We would recommend Disneyland.
A hockey game? Yeah. You mean at the arena? They've been working on a lot over there. So
They're putting in a whole district.
By now they might have stuff out there from the season. The Duck store is really fun. It is full of people though. We cannot show the wrestling.
Nope.
We have no rights to wrestling. We
that's copyright, and WWE would come down pretty hard on it. Plus, the other big channels that I follow that are wrestling related, they don't show the screen at all either. So
right, you can't. Also, hitting LA, anything there?
LA is such a huge city.
We haven't ever been to hockey in LA.
No.
We've been to LA, but not to hockey.
No, LA is huge.
Yeah, we wouldn't be the people to ask about LA.
No, not with LA. No.
Seth Rollins just transfer his injured knee to Braun Breaker. Are you going to review WWE Unreal at all?
I haven't watched it yet. I see. My problem with Unreal is I understand that it's a look behind the curtain, but not really. Like, it is, but it isn't. It's very similar to other product that's already out there. They've just put a new name on it. And they still just show you what they want you to see. And they still tell it from their perspective. It's like the Monday Night Wars stuff. It's the story told from the side of WWE. And at times, they're not 100% accurate on it. Yeah, I'm not listening to that.
Back.
I'm not listening to that. So, Naomi's in control right now over Io, so Rhea gets the break right now. Has Rhea lost weight? Rhea looks smaller. I don't know what it is. But to me, it looks like she's lost weight. Oh, she's biting her. Well, that works.
All right. This is weird having it like this. We can't see things. What's your favorite finisher in the WWE?
I like Jade Cargill's Jaded. Jaded's a nice move. Pretty's moonsault's usually really well executed by Stratton. And then on the men's side, any finisher by Roman is usually, it looks devastating. And now Braun Breaker has that going for him too.
Main event prediction?
They're going to swerve us. I don't know if the swerve is going to be Cena's still heel or Cody's turning, but I think there's going to be a swerve in the main event.
Does that say New Jersey? New.
Yeah, I think so.
I can't read the word. I see J.
Yeah, it's in New Jersey.
I wonder if it's hot there. I would think
of course.
People in the sun are hot.
And then the wrestlers under the lights too.
When are the Mammoth jerseys going to be released?
I would say probably November. I'm guessing November. They'll try to have them out by September, but probably November.
Is it the regular one?
Nope. And then.
Oh. Okay. Because if I could have that open on it, that would be easier, I would think.
Every triple threat match has somebody that disappears for a while. It means they can go longer.
Yeah. One star disappears. So you have to do like they do in movies where people only come at them one at a time.
Yeah. So like Io just took a kick, so she rolls out of the ring, and now it's Naomi and Rhea. What is that crow on about?
I'm probably trying to get Gabriel to go give him peanuts.
Oh, maybe.
Let's see, where are we? Where would you like to see the MLB expand to?
It'd be great to see a team in Vancouver. I don't think that's going to happen. I'd like to see a team back in Montreal. I don't know if the money's there for that to happen either. We'll see.
What teams are you upsetting on tomorrow's countdown?
I actually haven't looked at tomorrow's yet. I would imagine though that overall with the countdown, Islander fans are usually upset with the placement of theirs. And what's the other account? It's a Switch account.
I know.
But yeah, so I think the upset is going to be. Tomorrow I'm not sure, but I know Islanders, Oilers, St. Louis, their fans are usually upset with where they are on my jersey countdowns.
Other one.
Why didn't you switch accounts?
I did.
And then there you go. Right there.
Thanks. Oh, there we go. Okay.
You don't want to pause that though. Unless you want to watch us react to stuff.
Oh no. But how can I make this to where I can actually see it? No.
I have no idea. I've never done it on there.
Right? Oh crap. I don't know if I'll be able to read it on here. I didn't think about that. Oh, can I do a pop out maybe? I don't know if I can have it do a pop out on here. It doesn't let me zoom in either.
Nope.
Can't. All right, never mind. It was a thought.
But I already closed the other window.
Okay, I can't read it on the tablet, so.
So no. There we go. Pause. And there we go.
Okay.
I'm excited for PWHL Vancouver. It'd be nice to go to a game that's
Definitely.
affordable and
Closer.
a little bit closer. Yeah.
I'm excited. That'll be fun.
Yep.
MLB in Vancouver. That would be awesome. Yvonne disagrees. Agreed. CM Punk getting screwed over again.
I thought storyline wise, what happened to CM Punk yesterday made a lot of sense. Drew McIntyre dunked on him right away after that, which makes total sense there too. And so it allows for Seth, Drew, CM Punk to interact with one another once again. And I think that's a win for fans.
Do you see the NBA adding another team in Canada?
The expansion fees for both Major League Baseball and the NBA are going to be very high. So be very difficult for a Canadian, billionaire or not, to be able to meet that fee.
New York Sirens can't even catch a break in your countdown. LOL.
It's the logo. The colors are fine, but the logo is just, I'm not a huge fan of the logo.
Cause our blue jerseys. Oh, because our Blues jerseys are beautiful.
Some of them are. There will definitely be Blues jerseys that are higher up in the countdown and in the top 150 for sure. But there are a number of them that I, over the years, haven't been that impressed with.
Go watch a Canadians game in Vancouver. Great atmosphere for what feels like college level sports. Pitch clock gets you out of the net within 2.5 hours.
I would like to go and see a Canadians game in Vancouver, but she's not going to go with me. 2.5 hours or not, she's not going to go.
I'm not watching a baseball game.
No, she's not going to go to Nat Bailey with me.
What's your prediction for the TLC match?
Andrade and Phoenix. I'd be very surprised if they don't win.
What's your? Oh, I just read that one. Drew McIntyre should go back chasing championship soon.
Yes. Drew McIntyre is one of the most over wrestlers in WWE. I absolutely believe that he should have a nice, decent run with the title at some point. I'd like to see it. And hopefully that's soon.
Sirens should have gone with the mythical creature route with their name. Agreed. That's what I thought they were doing when they came out with the name.
Type thing?
Yeah, Sirens, that drag the people, the men down under the water and drown them. Perfect. Yep. Totally works. Thoughts on Jelly Roll match last night?
From everything I've heard, and I didn't see it, I was out playing street hockey, but from everything I've heard, Jelly Roll did an excellent job. He's probably going to come back and play again or wrestle again. And so I would expect a Jelly Roll Logan Paul match soon. By soon, I mean maybe at SummerSlam. We see the two of them go at it one-on-one.
Would be cool to hear more of your input about F1. Do you like any current drivers?
You know, I'm getting all caught up on it, and I really do think that Max Verstappen just has such an excellent instinct for racing. So I'm done season 1 of the F1 series. I'm into season 2. I'm halfway through the second episode of season 2. And yeah, I'm really impressed with Verstappen. And it is interesting watching F1 now and seeing how competitive it is, comparatively speaking, to what it was, say, 20, 30 years ago.
Random question for Shannon. Didn't the Predators have a navy blue jersey for a while when they switched to yellow?
They've had navy blue jerseys in the past. They have not had a third that's navy blue in a long time. They had the checkerboard one back 20 years ago. Since then, they haven't had a blue one other than like the Smashville one they had for the stadium game. Nashville's been pretty consistently gold/yellow.
Imagine Bianca Belair interferes in this match.
Maybe.
This feels like a slower paced, less good version of the WM triple threat.
It's tough to go all out for a lengthy period of time, especially with the amount of high flying moves that some of them make. I mean, EO took a pretty good shot there. It does feel like that it's more towards Naomi's pacing than it is to EO's or even Rhea.
As a Fleet fan, Sirens Sink the Fleet was right there. That would work great. Would you ever do live streams for Raw or SmackDown during the off season?
Maybe the amount of interest in individual episodes of SmackDown and Raw aren't very high. SmackDown, there's definitely a good portion of people that are going to watch live streams like this of live reaction, but I don't know that the numbers would be there from a Raw or a SmackDown. One of the things that's good about SmackDown on Netflix is I can kind of watch it and fast forward past some of the tedium, so it means it's a little bit easier to watch. Whereas if it's a live stream, I can't, and I don't know how much excitement I could pretend to have during some of those SmackDown segments that go on for a while.
Could you see Rhea and Liv team up later down the line?
I think so. I think they're laying the groundwork. I mean, Rhea said that she's good friends with Liv, but keep in mind that once Dom chooses Roxanne and we end up with Liv coming back likely as a face, I could see Liv and Rhea becoming a tag team off of that.
SmackDown is the better. Where to go? There it is. SmackDown's the better of the two shows right now.
Being 2 hours instead of 3 helps. And there you go. Naomi retains the title because Rhea and EO were fighting with each other and she jumped in and won it with a roll up. There you go. Rhea's losing streak at SummerSlam continues.
Where did you get your shirt?
This one? This was
from Blue Note.
Blue Notes. It was like $5.
Yeah.
Yep. Got it on clearance.
It was nice to see you both yesterday during hockey. It was fun.
I thought it was fun too.
Yeah, we had a good group of guys. Lots and lots of guys.
Yeah, I'll come out. I'll be showing up next week in case we need 4 teams. I'll have a rotation figured out. It'll be a much more organized situation next week if we have 4 teams again.
Sore from the street hockey yesterday.
I am a little bit. I'm not as sore now as I was when I got up. When I got up, my ankle was really bugging me.
Is it Karrion Kross?
Mm-hmm.
Losing indicate a possible departure.
Maybe. I personally think the fact that Karrion Kross has been featured on SummerSlam means he's probably not going anywhere. Because they were keeping Karrion off TV and he was on like main event every week. And the speculation was, well, he's never on Raw, so he's got to be a free agent soon. And now he's been featured on Raw and he gets a match at SummerSlam. So that tells me he's probably re-signed, because otherwise, why wouldn't you just have that match on Raw and then give that spot yesterday to Malachi Black against Damian Priest? Yeah, Rhea Ripley's beside herself. I wouldn't be surprised to see Rhea at some point turn heel again, but it's not that time yet. See, now they're advertising ice cream with John Cena.
Weird.
See?
It's weird. Who is a wrestler that is a baby face that could use a heel turn, or a heel that should turn face?
Babyface that could use a heel turn.
Are they eating ice cream cones in a movie theater?
Probably.
He did ice cream.
I still think Tiffany Stratton works best as a heel. I do think Sami Zayn makes a very good heel. They did turn Cena back face. We'll see if it stays that way. Face turn, I don't know. I would expect one of the supporters of Solo Sikoa to make a turn at some point. I don't think Solo ever makes a turn, but one of the other Samoan wrestlers I would think turns face maybe over the next 6 months. And LA Knight could benefit from a heel turn, to be brutally honest.
Austin Theory?
Isn't he okay? A, I think Austin Theory's hurt, and B, I don't know there's anything they can do to get the crowd to care about Austin Theory. They've buried him and Grayson Waller for so long. At this point, I don't see any way you rehab it unless you completely change his gimmick, and you'd have to have like this massive storyline to get him over.
Rhea is way too over to really turn her heel and have it stick unless it's a really good story.
I think they could do it. I think Seth showed that it can be done. Seth will always have his supporters, but they managed to make him the villain by putting him with a heel stable, and he's going after all the wrestlers that people like. So it can be done.
Do we see a double turn tonight for the main event?
Well, I mean, Cena just turned on the last show before this. So I think Cena comes out as the face, and yeah, I would not be surprised to see Cody Rhodes turn heel. Sadly, The Rock already told us it's coming. So thanks, Rocky.
Do the USOs reunite?
Usos.
Oh, okay. It's all capitalized. I thought it was letters.
At some point, Jimmy and Jay get back together. I don't think it's going to happen soon because Jay Uso is still very much over as a single star. And Jimmy's, mid card, but I don't think that turn's coming soon.
Cool to see. Made me sad when Wrestle Talk stopped doing live stream watch alongs.
Why did they stop doing watch alongs? Weird.
Did you ever watch Glow?
I did. Glow was entertaining. It was ridiculous. It was really campy. It was obviously just for laughs and joking around. See now they got the drumstick mascot. So yeah. I did enjoy Glow. And there were certain wrestlers in that company that I actually thought were pretty good.
That's really
including
weird.
The one that would become Ivory.
That's so weird.
Who I think was Nina Ferrari in Glow. So you put the belt on the drumstick mascot.
That is so weird.
They've got a dancing drumstick mascot and a bunch of people wearing drumstick t-shirts.
And they're holding drumstick signs, and that was weird. That was weird. That was weird. Okay. Do you agree that it's easier to be a heel than a face?
Oh, absolutely. And I think it's more fun to be a heel than a face. You can do whatever you want, say whatever you want. I think being a heel would be a lot more fun.
You really need to watch Doctor Strangelove. Right.
That's a movie I haven't watched.
All right. Would they bring back the Shield?
The only way to bring back the Shield is to bring back Moxley. I don't think Moxley's ever going back to WWE. I think that bridge is burnt. So I don't think the Shield ever comes back.
I think that's supposed to be Io and Rhea are masters. They did a great job hiding Naomi's inability to wrestle.
Naomi's a good wrestler. Naomi doesn't have the same kind of moveset as Io Sky, especially, but she is a good wrestler. Their styles are very different. So Io and Rhea have an amazing chemistry in the ring. Naomi kind of throws that off a little bit. But I think Naomi in her own right is a pretty good wrestler. More limited moveset, though, admittedly.
Naked Gun was pretty funny if you plan on watching it.
It does have good ratings on Rotten Tomatoes for what that's worth.
Right. I don't generally agree with Rotten Tomatoes. So. Michelle McCool would not be a surprise to see The Undertaker.
Maybe.
Will Randy Orton ever hit a punt kick on wrestler? Oh, okay. Other there.
Oh,
Times it.
Randy Orton will bring back the punt kick when he turns heel. And I don't know how much longer it's going to be before he turns heel. I still think Orton's a natural heel. I think at this point, because he's a legend, it's easier to make him a face. But I do think at some point in time he's going to punt somebody and he's going to turn heel.
Moxley's in a similar spot to Punk when Punk was gone.
But CM Punk's a good wrestler. I don't know that Moxley is anymore. Moxley, there's too much blood. There's too many of these ridiculous over-the-top matches, and I think it's hurt his ability in the ring.
What's your favorite scene in Monsters, Inc.?
When she has to use the bathroom.
Oh, that one is confusing because how old is she supposed to be?
Oh, but it's cute. When she's singing in the stall. It's cute.
Be like Adelaide singing all the
like,
time.
Boo.
Can
That's
we go now?
It's a cute scene.
It baffles me on how old she's supposed to be, though. It's confusing. I don't think he's capable of being Dean Ambrose anymore.
Nope.
Will Cena get into the Hall of Fame next year?
Yes. That to me is the obvious direction this is going. He has the big tour now, as it being his final year, and then he headlines. Maybe he's the only one to go into the hall next year, because I don't know who goes in the hall with him.
Do you use Letterboxd for cataloging movies or ratings or for recommendations?
Nope. I've used it before, but I haven't used Letterboxd in forever. At some point, I'll get into that because I want to do another favorite movies list.
Found myself on Mitchell and Ness site and came across a Ray Bork Pooh Bear jersey. Had to order it. Just got home from work. Painter. Can someone tell me quick in 10 seconds what did I miss?
Naomi kept the belt. That's all you missed. Now they're doing tables, ladders, and chairs. So it's the 6 tag team match. There's 12 guys fighting, and they're all going to go through tables and hitting each other with ladders and chairs, or as it used to be phrased, tables, ladders, chairs. Oh my.
Dudley Boys and Hardy Boys are here. Imagine Edge and Christian came.
See, and that's your TLC legends right there.
I do wish Drew would use his old theme song more often. Could be biased because I prefer it more to the current one.
Drew McIntyre's theme music is some of my favorite music, period. I absolutely love his theme music. It's great. I think that's what they use in Vegas now when the road team scores is Drew's music, which to me means I'd want to hear it more. So that's not what's supposed to happen. You're not supposed to want to hear the music that plays when the road team scores. Motor City Machine Guns.
It's an odd screen behind him.
It's huge.
It is very huge.
Yeah, it's like 3 stories. Yeah, Motor City Machine Guns, who have been just buried.
When will you do a show on the career of Hulk Hogan?
Yeah, it's going to take a while. As I said, wrestling careers aren't as simple to do videos of as NHL careers because it involves a lot more than just the WWE or WCW. And then the other side of it is he passed not too long ago. I don't want to do a video on him until it's been at least a month after his passing. Fraxium. The worst name for a tag team that I can remember. Yep, Fraxium. They've been getting buried too. They haven't got.
DIY are getting take a lot dangerous bumps mostly.
DIY is pretty fearless. I think they're probably going to have a couple of occasions where it looks like they're going to win the belts. I don't think they're going to win them back.
Hint at where the Taylor Swift and Fleet jerseys are ranked.
A ways up from where the Charge and the Sirens were today. I'll say that. The Fleet are the highest ranked amongst the PWHL.
The Vaudevillains?
Oh, yeah, I remember the Vaudevillains. I always thought that was a good tag team, but they got to the main roster and it didn't work.
When do you think they call up Trick Williams soon?
Trick Williams, see, I worry that if Trick Williams got called up, that he'd just kind of be lost in the shuffle. I think there's a lot of wrestlers on the main roster right now. I hope they don't call up Trick until they have an actual spot for him. I don't think the call up has helped Carmelo. Carmelo, I didn't think that it worked very well with him. And so I would be concerned that with Trick Williams, it'd be a very similar story with him.
Montez Ford needs a singles run. Yesterday, he's awesome.
There was a lot of talk about that a couple years ago too. And I know there are people who really like Montez Ford, but I don't know if Montez Ford, if he was on his own, would necessarily generate, I don't know. I can't say he wouldn't draw money, but because I think that's kind of an outdated term anyways. But I don't see Montez Ford as like a star on his own. He's a very good wrestler, but I think he's definitely better suited to being in the Street Profits.
Maple Leafs have tons of mediocre jerseys.
True. There are definitely some that are mid-tier and then at the lower end too, a few of them. But jerseys. They have some really nice ones too.
Yeah, they have some really pretty ones. Will the other members of the Wyatt Sticks interfere with this match?
Oh, yeah. Tables, ladders, chairs, everybody's getting involved. I wouldn't be surprised if the Hardys and the Dudley Boys get involved in this match. All four of them can still wrestle, so I would not be surprised to see them get involved on some level.
Random question, but have you guys ever been to Montreal? If so, what did you think? Nope.
We haven't.
Never been.
That was the other option. So we're going to Paris, but our other option was Montreal.
I would love to go.
I went with Paris because cost-wise it was about the same, which surprised me. But traveling within Canada is pretty pricey, and hotels in Canada are pretty pricey as well.
We need things to get caught up to people traveling more within Canada.
Yeah.
Because everything got booked really quick because Canadians are traveling Canada and other countries. We've got a lot of Europeans traveling in Canada.
Yeah.
Like the travel uptick is a lot, and so it made it so there's not as many options. I would love to go to Montreal though.
The Wyatt 6 entrance doesn't work in daylight.
Do you think they put the NXT title on
Javon Evans?
Okay.
Eventually, yes. He may very well be the next one to get it. I don't know that happens necessarily soon, but eventually, yes.
This entrance doesn't go as hard in light.
Nope. It doesn't work. It doesn't work in the light.
Also, great to go to Europe. I'm excited.
I've never been to Europe.
I'm excited.
This is going to be a different experience for me.
It's been a long time for me. I am very excited. I just came back from Montreal. It's beautiful, no doubt.
Oh, I'm sure.
Leaving to Montreal tomorrow. Can't wait. Yeah, it's definitely pretty high up there on our list of places we want to go.
Yeah.
It would be great. Maybe next year. We've talked about it.
Yes.
It'll be fun going to Europe, though. I don't want to be too hard on them, but am I the only one who feels that the Wyatt 6 is distasteful this long after Bray's death?
Well, I mean, it's the actual real life brother of Bray Wyatt that's in charge of it, so I don't think it's distasteful. I think the problem is WWE doesn't know what to do with them. Clearly They don't, outside of that debut where they knocked everybody out backstage, they haven't really seemed to have a plan. And when you don't have a plan, it hurts. Hurts the chances.
Winnipeg is a great time as well. My best friend just moved over there 2 weeks ago.
So everybody's beating up the Wyatts
She
because
lives
what you do.
just outside of Winnipeg. Boo. That's really far. It's far for her to move away. That wasn't smart of her to move so far away from me.
Well, I won't move that far away from you.
Is Uncle Howdy still injured?
Probably. I would think so, since he's not in this match. And that's too bad. I really think there's something there, but I don't know that WWE knows how to make it work.
Do you feel like WWE went too overboard with the tributes in all the shows for Hulk Hogan?
No, I mean Hogan's rise was really the rise of wrestling into um into everyday parlance around the world. He made wrestling popular. Vince McMahon, of course, was a big part of that in creating Hulkamania, but I don't think they went overboard with it. I think it was understandable that they would do as much as they did.
Old Montreal area is the best. Low key, the giant orange Julius was the highlight of the trip. You'll have to go to the Maritimes sometime.
Yes, agreed.
Oh, we definitely want to. Tristan is now gone from Abbey to Colorado. Is that what that is? TEG, isn't WKRP your favorite ever show? Lonnie's passing, so sad.
Not my favorite ever, but it's got some of my favorite moments in a comedy in a sitcom. Not my favorite ever. Yeah, it had some really good moments in it though.
Have you watched any Canadian Premier League matches recently?
No.
They still have Orange Julius. We don't have
Yes.
any more here.
I thought we still had, or not in the
They all
mall.
closed. All of the Orange
I thought
Julius
they had one
closed,
in,
and they're all Jugo Juice now.
but I thought there was still one in Metrotown. We were down there last time.
Maybe. I know. Yeah, the one here closed. The ones that there used to be were connected to Dairy Queens.
Yep.
But a lot of them have closed, and they're all the Jugo Juice. There's a Canadian Premier League.
Now they're going to get it. There you go. They botched the spot, so Joe Gacy came in the ring so they'd get it a second time. Everybody's cheering like crazy, but they missed the first time. He missed the ladder. They gave him the throw, and he missed the ladder altogether. Aren't you guys going for the titles? I always love when people just stand there and pose. Aren't you going for the titles? Nobody's in the ring. Line up the ladder and go get the belts.
Orange julep on the curry. Look around orange. Get some smoked meat and bagels.
Do you notice all these tables are Slim Jim tables?
It's so dumb.
Snap into a Slim Jim. Wait, those tables are notched?
I didn't know Slim
Those
Jims
tables
were
are
still
notched
a
for the
thing.
legs. Look at that. Those tables are notched so the legs
They don't
fit
just
so they can
slide off.
stack. Well, yeah. There's been major incidents from tables sliding off of one another.
What did you think of night one?
I didn't see night one. I've seen the highlights, and I watched ups and downs from Simon Miller and What Culture Today. I mean, the results are fine. I think that Seth Rollins being champ makes a lot of sense. I think we all called that. Like, we all knew that it was he was fine, that he wasn't injured.
2-day pay-per-views are horrible.
I think I do think that they could shave time off of the matches. I think that having every match take as long as they do, I think it's a bit overkill. I don't think the matches need to be that long.
No, I agree to that. Did you recently do Death Truck?
I have not. One thing is with the internet in this room being spotty, the PlayStation has a hard time maintaining a connection for very long. So I've been playing a bit on the PlayStation, and I just don't trust that I wouldn't be doing a live stream and I wouldn't just be getting frustrated with it dropping. So my options are to take the PlayStation, move it into the other room, and play it on that TV and do the live stream from the other room, or to find a way to hardwire the PlayStation into the box as well.
When are you going to the EU? 2 weeks from today.
Yep.
So only 2 weeks.
Yep.
Will you be doing a college football preview show?
No. No.
We don't have a lot of access to American college football.
I have not watched college football in a long time.
It's not super accessible for us in any way.
Well, I can see college
would
football
be-
on Saturdays, but I don't watch it.
But it's
Saturdays
not
are
like
hockey.
every game or anything like that. What's your favorite Radiohead song?
Creep. Outside of that,
I don't
they're
have a
okay.
favorite
I'm not a
Radiohead
huge
song.
Radiohead fan. I should probably do a heads up. I'm doing my favorite songs list, which is like 1,400 plus. I don't think there's a Radiohead song on it.
Are you gonna watch King of the Hill on Monday? Like the cartoon?
Yeah, they brought the cartoon back.
Oh, why?
I mean, it could work. It's been 20 years. You could definitely make it work. Bobby's obviously full grown. It could be all right. I'm not going to watch it on Monday.
It.
She doesn't like it. I did like King of the Hill.
Yeah.
So everybody's going through tables because that's what happens. Nobody's trying to climb the ladder and actually get the belts.
I predicted in your other video comments that Seth would cash in.
I think where it became obvious that the whole thing was a work was when Becky was putting stuff on social media with Seth wearing with Seth and crutches. I was like, so obviously he's coming back, he's cashing in. And then Paul Heyman saying we won't see Seth Rollins in a WWE ring for a long time. I thought, okay, he's giving it away.
Looking forward to the favorite music video. Very curious if it's all metal.
No.
Definitely not.
No. There's some Samantha Fox. There's Britney Spears. There's Billie Eilish, Madonna, ABBA. Definitely not all metal.
Shannon likes a lot of non-metal music. Are you going to see the Naked Gun movie?
Not in the theater. That's one that I'll see when it comes out on digital. I'm not going to the theater for that one. Is anybody going to try to actually climb a ladder?
They're busy building with the ladders.
Well, there's Candace.
And chairs. They've got
so that's his wife.
Towers and ramps and
that's Johnny's wife.
Towers.
So she's going to grab the tag belts. Oh, there's B-Fab. Here comes the run-ins.
When he walked out with the crutches, I thought he wouldn't cash in.
Oh, I knew. I had no doubt, especially the crutches to me made it just even more obvious. There's Nikki.
Is REO Speedwagon on your list?
I think Can't Fight This Feeling's on the list. I think so.
Just stopped in to drop a like. Love y'all.
Thank you. Appreciate it. What was Candace looking off to the side for?
One single Taylor Swift song?
I don't think there's a Taylor Swift song on the list. I don't think there is.
Josh is disappointed in you.
Candace is trying not to grab the belts here.
They usually do have to.
Because Candace, that's why she looked off to the side, because she went through the ladders, which have clearly been cut.
few weeks ago, I got a Canadian penny and my change in the States. How do I pay the tariff? Should it just be face value of the coin or the value of metal by weight?
I haven't seen
You'd have to ask the
Canadian
Americans
penny for a
how
while.
much they charge.
See, look, she barely touched the ladders and they broke in half.
The Canadian copper, they're definitely charging like it's 35%, I think, on copper.
We now have a Michael Cole reaction cam.
That's dumb. We haven't had a penny. The penny stopped being made in 2012. So it's not something we used to up here anymore. Awesome first choice to visit Canada. Canada is such a young country, but Montreal was a lot of old architecture and history.
Yep, there's Eric Rowan, so that's the Wyatt 6 interfering for themselves.
What's one out of over 1,000 songs? I think Josh is disappointed in your music taste here, not having a Taylor Swift song in over 1,000 songs.
About 1,400 songs, but it's over like 40 plus years. So when you divide it by years, it's kind of a tough list to get onto that way.
Did not love your Happy Gilmore take, but I do love both your channels. Wish you nothing but success.
Thank you.
It's an awful movie.
See, if you'd been in the review, it would have been even more scathing.
Nah. The comments would have been awful. The comments were bad enough, but if I was in the review, people would have just been really rude and just, I don't get it because I'm a girl or something stupid.
Why doesn't somebody set up the ladder? Okay, so it's spot after spot after. It's a tables, ladders, and chairs
busy.
match.
They still have the tower of tables. Oh, they need more security guards and more like first aiders. They need about 20 of them. I'm pretty sure. TEG's review definitely helped me decide whether to watch Happy Gilmore or not. I trust Shannon's opinion on comedy. Awful. I really think that was the worst movie I've ever watched.
It's up there.
But most bad movies
we're gonna
like
do the
that,
edge spot.
I will not keep watching. I would generally turn a movie like that off. That was way worse than I thought it was going to be. I knew it was going to be bad.
Excuse me.
I knew that movie would not be good. It was way worse than I thought it would be, though. After Jelly Roll last night, I no longer trust medical personnel at ringside.
Look at Tommaso Ciampa hanging up there by the titles.
He's doing acrobatics.
He's just hanging up there.
Unfortunately, Taylor was forced to promote Happy Gilmore 2 because Travis is in it. So bad. Everybody was in it. Everybody was in Happy Gilmore 2. Everybody who is friends with anybody that plays golf was in Happy Gilmore 2. What is your favorite band or artist if you can only choose one?
The Warning. Right now, it'd be The Warning. They're fantastic.
My very favorite is Tool. 3 Days Grace would be a close second, though. Hardly watch movies anymore. Been about 15 years since I've been to a theater. Well, we like watching movies.
We've seen a bunch of movies in the theater lately.
There's been a lot of movies recently.
Okay, so what happens if one team grabs one belt and the other team grabs another belt?
My mom still thinks it's real. She might be dead. So funny, not telling her. I don't know how anybody would think wrestling is real.
Oh,
it's so just ridiculous, over the top.
Uncle Howdy.
Out of all of the cameos, they didn't even have Will Sasso, which was one of the moving guys from the first one.
Well, yeah, they didn't have everybody cameo in it. Close, though. It was close to everybody.
There was over 40 cameos in it. I had to look it up.
Yep.
MJF and Becky, 2 belts were the best part of Happy Gilmore 2. Okay,
so Uncle Howdy's up that belt. So Bo Dallas is well enough that he can go up the ladder.
Will Sasso is consistently funny. Becky
Can be,
was in it. Yes.
Yeah, Becky's definitely in it.
It was weird. It was really weird.
She played a caricature of herself, but she was in it.
Most people on there played a caricature of themselves.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, very brief Becky and MJF.
That looked like it hurt. Bo Dallas took a wicked somersault onto a ladder.
What's your opinion on Tony Storm in AEW?
The Tony Storm gimmick was fun. I think it's kind of, for me, it's played out at this point. Like, I get it. I don't know. I preferred Tony Storm before the whole Timeless gimmick. I'll be kind of glad when it's done, personally.
Red Green Show, greatest Canadian TV show of all time. Red Green was funny.
Yes.
It's the most Canadian show of all time.
And the Wyatts have kept the titles.
Do you think The Rock will make an appearance in tonight's main event?
I hope not. I have a feeling he is showing up, and I hope I'm wrong. All right, so the Wyatts hold the titles.
Yvonne, do you believe in Joe Hendry?
She does. She does.
What?
TNA wrestler. You got to believe in him.
Okay. I don't know what you're talking about. More importantly, do you think Travis Scott will make an appearance?
God, I hope not. I will be pissed if he shows up. I don't want to see that. I'm really surprised the Wyatts held the belts. That means this whole schmoz is going to continue. Yeah, that's insane. DIY took a massive slam through the four tables at ringside. They went through the top two. Phoenix and Andrade have to win the belts next, though.
Very cool of you guys to share your time with us.
No problem.
Only
6 more hours
to go. If they don't
go.
find you handsome, they should at least find you handy.
I have said that many, many times. Because not being handsome.
Duck it.
Yep. If I'd been handsome, I wouldn't have found that line funny, but I did. I'm not handy either, though, so I'm just kind of hosed. I'm not handsome or handy.
We watch the Red Green Show a lot at home. My mom loves
What is
Red
this?
Green. I don't know.
Weapons?
Red Green has some books out too, and they're really funny. He has at least 2 books. At least 2. They're funny. We got my mom one for Christmas a few years back.
Yep.
She really likes Red Green.
See, now they're advertising Unreal on SummerSlam.
Candice LeRae.
Yep.
Can take hardcore bumps.
She looked to be in some distress at ringside, but I don't think so. That ladder was made to break. Both ladders were made to break. They were clearly sliced down the middle.
Started watching Less Than Kind. I like it so far.
I haven't seen that.
How many ads does this pay-per-view have? I feel like they can't go 5 seconds without doing an ad for some product or movie.
And the product placement is everywhere.
Yvonne, who's your favorite wrestler? I don't have a favorite wrestler.
Chelsea Green. Your favorite would be Chelsea Green?
It would not be. It would not. No.
My favorite would be Chelsea Green, so why isn't that your favorite?
It's not how it works.
It should be.
It's not.
Chelsea's really funny.
Littlest Hobo followed by Red Green. I don't remember what was on before or after Red Green. I don't remember that.
Littlest Hobo was on right before the news. And then there was a while where it was on right before one of the video channels or one of the video shows I like to watch.
I don't remember.
So I'd have to hear the closing theme all the time because I'm waiting for my show to come on.
Chelsea Green plays the Karen so well.
Her whispering to Kathy Kelly, Jade's right behind me, isn't she? Absolutely one of the funniest things I've ever seen.
So CM Punk and Seth Rollins WrestleMania main event.
Possibly. Very possibly.
I could see Vaughn liking John Cena. Nope. I generally don't like male wrestlers, and especially don't like the big muscly guys. John Cena's not as a lot of them. I don't like. Nah. No. If I had a favorite wrestler, it would definitely be a woman wrestler. I'm not a fan of the male wrestlers.
You used to really like Carmella. All the screaming she did. Remember we went and saw that match live?
Awful.
You could hear her screaming all the way from where we were sitting.
Yeah, and I think my reaction was kind of, no. No, and I don't like the men with the all greased up hair and they're all oiled and veiny and no. Pass. I much prefer watching the women wrestlers over the men by far. Chelsea Green is going to be a huge baby face at some point in the future. Hopefully get a real title run.
Eventually, but she plays the heel so well. I don't know how you would turn her face now. I don't think you can while she has the secret Hervis.
Oh, the whistle theme with the dog sitting on the train. LOL. I can see Punk versus Seth in WM.
Yeah, that's what they're building towards, is the two of them at Mania.
Sami Zayn is my favorite, close second to Kevin Owens. I have seen 2 WWF shows back in 96, 98. Both were at GM Place, now called Rogers Arena.
I think we've been to 3. I think we've been to 3 WWE events. 1 SmackDown and 2 house shows.
I thought we'd been to more than that.
I know we've done the one in Vancouver, the one here in Abbotsford, and then we went to Vancouver for SmackDown. Those are the only ones I can think of.
Haven't we watched 2 in Abbotsford? When we were like behind the stage was there and we were there, and when we were over there. Right?
Maybe. All right, so it's Becky and Lyra Valkyria next. So where's Bailey?
Haven't seen Carmella on TV in a while.
No, I don't think she has a WWE contract anymore. I think she's gone.
Turner and Hooch, best dog movie ever?
Not as long as Benji's out there.
I'm trying to think of dog movies. I don't know.
You like Santa Paws.
I've never watched it.
Or was it Santa Paws
Bolt
2
is
that you
a great dog movie. Bolt is really cute.
Superman was a good dog movie. Because Crypto's great. Crypto could have his own movie.
I saw Undertaker take out Stone Cold from the Bury Alive match.
Yeah, I didn't have the money to go and see any of the events back then.
I always liked White Fang, but could be nostalgia.
White Fang's a good movie.
I don't remember that one.
Oh, you'd like that one.
Does the Air Bud count as a dog movie?
Yes.
Somebody else says White Fang is good. Santa Paws, LOL. Oh, All Dogs Go to Heaven. I watched that when I was little. Because that was one of the few kid movies that came out when I was little-ish. Why didn't Punk just run away when Seth was running to the ring with the briefcase?
Well, I mean, for Punk as the face, that wouldn't have worked. I don't know. The cash-in thing is kind of weird to me sometimes. You can just beat somebody up with a chair and then go, okay, now ring the bell and I win. I don't understand. That shouldn't be. I understand it's weird. He smashed him with the briefcase a bunch of times, then he beat him. It's just weird.
I saw Summerslam last year in Cleveland. Was a great experience. My biggest takeaway is as follows. Wrestling fans are absolute geeks. They are different.
It is a different crowd.
There's...
Especially when we went to SmackDown. She saw...
I didn't grow up watching wrestling, being around people that watch wrestling. Like, Shannon's the first person I've even been friends with that were into wrestling, so I'm not familiar with all of the wrestling stuff. And some of it, to me, I don't get it. I don't understand. I'm starting to kind of understand what wrestling is, but I don't get it.
I hope this is the last match between Becky and Lyra, because they're showing just how long this feud's been going on. It's been going on forever.
Yeah, we're a little weird. The Rock played Crypto in the Super Pets movie. I'm not familiar with that.
So that way he'd sound like The Rock.
I'm sure. I like when the crowd says, "What?"
Ah, yes, the Stone Cold Steve Austin phrase from 25 years ago that has never really gone away and never will. And it's funny, too, because when Stone Cold started that, it just came across as goofy the first time he did it, but then it was Stone Cold, so it got over because it was him.
What should WWE do with Bayley?
She's got to turn. She has to turn. She's gone as far as she can go as a face. I think she has to turn.
Are we really going to skip over Old Yeller?
Old Yeller is
There's so many dog movies that at the end the dog dies.
It's an okay movie, but it's not... Well, Marley and Me.
And Where the Red Fern Grows. Yeah, they're dog movies where the dog dies.
Fox and the Hound.
Yeah, pass.
I'm kidding. Nobody dies in Fox and the Hound.
It's a cartoon.
Yeah.
Disney cartoon. I wasn't a big fan of Fox and the Hound either. That's one of my...
That's crazy. Fox and the Hound's fantastic. I love Fox and the Hound. Okay, so is the crowd actually reacting for Lyra Valkyria at this point? Because this whole feud with Becky has been to try to get Lyra over.
Doesn't look like it.
I don't see anybody reacting, but maybe.
Cure to non-sleepers, watch WWE or watch Happy Gilmore 2. I don't know that Happy Gilmore 2 would put you to sleep because you're just like...
I was too irritated to go to sleep.
What? That's stupid.
The movies that put me to sleep are usually the ones that just... They're nice and quiet. They're... Like, I love Moneyball, but if I was tired and watched Moneyball, I would be asleep very quickly.
I can fall asleep during any movie.
Inception. Ironically, I can fall asleep very easily watching Inception.
I can see that. I can fall asleep any movie. Doesn't matter. I can fall asleep. Real Story of Fox and the Hound, Fox dies. Most of those old cartoons, the original story has somebody dying.
I don't think you could fall asleep during... No, you could.
I could. Yeah, I could.
I was going to say Terrifier 2, but Terrifier 2 has...
for everything.
It has long drawn out, nothing happening kind of stuff. So, yeah, you could.
I think I could fall asleep through any movie.
Makes up for it, though, with the stuff that happens when stuff does happen. It's graphic. I like Becky's entrance. That's a fun Titantron they gave her.
Really miss WWE when everyone had good theme songs. Most wrestlers have such generic theme songs now.
Because they're AI. They're AI. Def Rebel does AI songs. So, yeah, you're going to get crappy music.
Rogue One is the perfect fall asleep movie.
Oh, Rogue One would be, yeah.
Moneybag may be my favorite sports movie and one of my favorite movies overall, up there with Miracle.
Miracle's a good movie.
Booker T's fire entrance was always my fave.
Booker T had really good music too, which was, of course, the same music that Harlem Heat had used before that. But Stevie Ray joined NWO, which went nowhere, and Booker T was the breakout star, obviously.
Moneyball was good. Shannon likes Moneyball.
I love Moneyball. My favorite is I'm not going to fire you, Art, and then Art mouths him off, and he goes, "Now I will." And there was no, he didn't freak out or anything. Just, I'm not firing you, and now you're fired. Get out. Absolutely, just so well done. But I think part of that's Brad Pitt, because his personality in that F1 movie we watched was very similar. So maybe that's just how Brad Pitt is.
Probably. If the hockey guy was a WWE character, what would you be? I think he could pull off a Dude Love.
When I was doing the writing with wrestling way back when, I always had my character more. See, the problem was in this, the storyline was that I was the owner, so I had a very corporate character, very business-like, and then the wrestling style wasn't that far off from like Bret Hart's, very technical, not a lot of high-flying moves, but that was 20 years ago, so wrestling wasn't as high-flying as it is now. Yeah.
Becky doesn't use Celtic Invasion as a theme song anymore. That stinks.
Because the crowd cheers for it. You can't get over as a heel if they're cheering for her entrance music. So you just give her the same generic crap everybody else is using, and that solves that problem.
Pitt's best role was Moneyball.
Pitt's best role was Fight Club. It's Tyler Durden. Absolutely.
Becky Lynch should come out to Johnny Cash song When the Man Comes Around. Can't wait for the Cliff Booth spin-off movie from Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Oh, they're doing a Cliff Booth movie? I didn't know they were doing a Cliff Booth movie. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood is such a fun movie. That is such... The end of that movie, the first time I watched it, I laughed so hard. I thought that was the funniest thing, and she didn't find it as funny. But the bit with the dog, when he's just whistling and snapping his fingers, that's the funniest thing I think I had ever seen. And I knew it was coming. I could see what they were setting up, but it was still so absolutely fantastic. Perfectly done.
TKO took the average wrestling fan out of the arenas. Their tickets are way overpriced.
Yeah, I'm sure the tickets for this event probably started at like $500. Like the WrestleMania tickets were like $2,000 for ringside, something like that. Like it was a lot for ringside. It's a wrestling event.
Prime cart right there. So weird. Any more Penguins moves this offseason, and what would your early World Series and Super Bowl predictions be?
Oh, I have no idea what the Super Bowl. I hope the Blue Jays. I'd love to see the Blue Jays win the World Series. That'd be amazing. As for the Penguins, I don't know. The Penguins are going to do a lot more. I don't think their plan is playoffs. I think that the Pittsburgh Penguins will probably move either Raquel or Rust, probably for a young player or futures, and that's probably going to be about it.
What was the last good hockey movie? I think we're due for another good one. Inside Out 2.
Yeah, that qualifies.
That was the last good hockey movie.
Yep.
It's a good hockey movie too.
Yep, I would agree. That's a pretty darn good hockey movie.
Being directed by David Fincher, not Tarantino, but it's Tarantino's script.
As long as it's his script and as long as Fincher doesn't mess with it, it should be a really good movie.
Like the dog's backstory in the novel.
These cameras shouldn't be this close. You can see all the stuff that misses that they're selling. Like she slammed her head into the steps, but you can see Becky's hands hit. Her head never got anywhere near it. So all these cameras right there.
Story about the dog's origin was fire. He was third man Cliff murdered, but not the third he has killed.
Yeah, that just the whistling, snapping fingers, just that's my favorite with that dog. I love that dog. I was very vocal about nobody better hurt that dog. Anybody hurts that, because in movies you never know now.
Yeah.
John Wick changed everything. Dogs aren't safe anymore. That was awkward. See, this is false count anywhere. It's like or not false count anywhere. No rules. So Bailey's gonna come out. It has to happen.
How many Air Bud movies have there been?
I want to say 4.
I don't even have a guess.
I know there's been more than there should be. Nowhere near as many as there could be.
No idea. Tarantino said he's done directing after 10, which is one more. He's still open to writing, though.
Writing would be easier. Writing you don't have to
Writing
be
you
on
can
location
do at
for.
home
Yeah.
or wherever. Went to WrestleMania 19 in Seattle in 2003. My ticket was less than $75, and it was a good seat.
Yeah, ticket prices have just skyrocketed with the monopoly now that Live Nation has. Something has to be done at some point, because it is becoming prohibitively expensive to do stuff now.
True. Tarantino has clarified and added some wiggle room. He said that if Star Trek movie rumor had been real, it would not count towards the 10.
Yeah, I remember that rumor that he was going to do a Star Trek movie, which never made a lot of sense to me.
In 99, I tried getting ringside ticket to WM15, and the most expensive tickets were $400.
Which, I mean, at the time, that's still pricey, but
I can remember had to have been like 2001, I went to a Tool concert, and the tickets we got were $90, and I remember thinking that was so expensive.
Yeah.
But it was Tool, so Tool concerts, their tickets were a lot more. That was back before you'd get your tickets on the internet. You'd have to go to the store, go to the booth that you buy tickets, and it was so expensive.
No, kendo stick time.
Kill Bill was overrated.
Kill Bill Volume 1 is excellent. Kill Bill Volume 2 is not. I think that's what hurt Kill Bill in general. The first part is really quite good, and the second part is meh. It's kind of boring in places.
Love Tool, what's your favorite album?
Lateralis.
Mine would probably be Enema.
Enema would be second. Lateralis is first.
I like all
then
of
10,000
them.
Days.
I really like Undertow, but I listened to a ton of Undertow when I was a teenager.
And then
a ton of Undertow.
And then Fear Inoculum, Opiate, and then I would have
you do not.
I would have Undertow at the bottom.
You do not. So, no way.
I would put Opiate just barely ahead of it.
You would not. No.
Yeah.
He just likes to irritate me.
And then if Samantha Fox albums were included along with Tool, there's a couple of really good Samantha Fox albums I might put above Undertow.
I'm just trying to cause problems now.
It's not my fault Undertow isn't great.
Whereas
why would you throw it away?
Vaquer? We need her.
Why would you take a weapon and throw it away? That's so weird. You just keep beating her with it.
Last year's SummerSlam, 1,100 each floor seat, well back from the front row.
That doesn't surprise me.
Oh my gosh.
The last time AEW came here, though, AEW tickets were really pricey, and so I couldn't go. In fact, we watched the SmackDown taping, and that cost me about $120 a ticket, and then the tickets for AEW Dynamite were more than that, and I was like, why would I want to spend more money to watch AEW? So I didn't go. I was really floored too, because that's when all the news was about how AEW wasn't drawing for their live shows.
Am I crazy for thinking Fear Inoculum is the best?
No,
It's
Fear
opinion.
Inoculum is a fun album.
It's all opinion. You are allowed to have your opinion.
There are, I think, 3 songs on my list from Fear Inoculum.
I've been listening to Tool since the 90s, so it's a bit different when you've been listening to them for 30 years.
See, now she's hitting her with a toolbox. Look at the size of that toolbox.
I can see Shooter McGavin interference in this current match, LOL. I went to Mania 32 and have been gun shy ever since.
Why do they keep showing Michael Cole reaction cam? Oh, she's got zip ties. She's got zip ties, sweetie. She's
whipping her with the zip
punching her,
ties?
and now she's got the zip ties.
She's got it.
It's a good thing that Lyra's holding her hands still like that, so she can do it.
She's having trouble.
She's
Man, that would be so easy.
Lyra's got her hands like this so that the zip tie will go on.
Oh no! Stop it!
I can't get away. This is how we fight. This is how you fight. It's like she's a T-Rex.
Went to RHCP back in 2017. Their tickets for the floor was $400.
I would love to see Red Hot Chili Peppers. I don't think my wife wants to go see Red Hot Chili Peppers. Now she's hitting her with a wrench. See? Now she's got a wrench for a weapon.
Shannon and Yvonne,
is that a plastic wrench or a rubber wrench?
Did you ever have a listen to Distant Dream as I suggested? Yes, I did. I did look them up and I did listen to them. They are like a metal instrumental.
Oh yeah.
No words.
That's fun.
So yeah, that was pretty fun. But we listen to other, not actively, but we have other metal instrumental CDs.
Back in the day?
Yeah, when I used to be a teacher.
Back in the day, I loved Yngwie Malmsteen.
Do some music that didn't have words that I had to worry about.
Did you ever listen to Yngwie Malmsteen?
I don't remember.
Yngwie Malmsteen was like a metal guitarist during like the hair metal days, but there were no vocals. So it was just him playing. It was pretty good. There were some pretty good songs he had.
Familiar. This match using tables and chairs after a TLC match seems like a mistake.
This match for me is just flat. I just personally
Hockey guy, have you ever gone to an NFL game or plans to see an NFL game?
No. I'd have to have somebody to go to an NFL game with, and she wouldn't go.
We don't have NFL here either. No. We would have to go to the States for that.
So I'd have to go to Seattle, and then football season has
anytime soon.
Football season has an overlap with hockey season. The games are all on Sunday. It just doesn't work. So NFL games someday at some point in the future, but I would need to have somebody with me that wasn't Yvonne because she will not go to an NFL game.
I won't go to a football game. No.
And an NFL game live, I don't think would be nearly as interesting as watching it on TV.
It would be painful.
It doesn't feel like it's a sport that'd be really exciting to watch live. You would
just see people stand on the field for a lot of time. You wouldn't even see their little pretend lines.
Yeah. It's not.
Just see them up there chatting.
It seems like a sport that's better on TV than it would be live.
Fabulous Rougeau. Okay, brothers should be in the WWE Hall of Fame just for their entrance music alone, plus a very underrated tag team.
Didn't they have a fallout though with WWE towards the end? I want to say there was some kind of fallout with Raymond towards the end. I don't think the Rougeaus get in. The other thing with the Rougeaus too is they were never tag champs, as far as I can remember. I don't think they ever had the tag titles.
Is CFL worse than NFL?
The CFL is a good product. And the CFL,
in my opinion, it's not.
The CFL
standing around.
It's more entertaining. It's a 3-down game, so there's more passing, there's more yardage. The field is completely different. The NFL's just got better presentation and way more money behind it. But I do think the CFL is a more entertaining product. knowing how many fantastic athletes there are in the NFL, and just the amount of money, the promotion, and the fact too that there's so many teams comparatively speaking with the CFL, I don't find myself
And
following the CFL as
Americans
much.
really like football.
Yeah.
Americans really like football, like crazy, really like football. So it doesn't matter how it compares to Canadian football. Americans really, really like football and put a stupid amount of money into American football.
How many minutes is this match going to go?
I haven't watched wrestling since the 70s. Do y'all remember Jumpin' Jim Brunzell and Bobby Heenan?
Yep. Bobby Heenan was the best color announcer, I think, ever in the game. It would be Bobby Heenan. And then Ventura would be second on the list for me. Lawler almost would have been third, but Lawler also had some just times that he'd be screaming too much and it was distracting. So, yeah, but Heenan was excellent. And Brunzell, I was surprised he didn't get more of a singles run than he did in WWE. I'm old enough to remember before the Killer Bees were formed. And I thought Brunzell might have been good as a singles wrestler, but they put him with B. Brian Blair.
Now it's just not selling zip ties for a second, but Lara doesn't know, so she puts her hands back in them.
Yeah, she got free of them and put her hands back in them. You could see her hands went like this, and now she's back to like this, even though nobody put her hands back that way.
Who's your favorite CFL team?
Ottawa.
I went to the Argos home opener. It was a blast. Why don't NFL and college teams run CFL plays since you need yards with fewer downs?
It's a very different game. The whole way that it's set up is completely different. I think even the manpower on the field is different in the CFL than the NFL.
NFL players that go and try and play on the CFL and it doesn't work out.
That missed.
That's like one of the few things I know about football is sometimes the American players try and come and play on Canadian teams after they've retired from the NFL and it doesn't work.
What?
Jim Brunzell has the greatest drop kick of all time from Minnesota.
His drop kick was very on point, always right square in the chest. He was excellent at it. I don't understand what Lyra's doing here.
How is lacrosse the national sport of Canada and not hockey?
I thought they changed that. I thought they changed it to ice hockey.
I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised. I always assumed it was because hockey is popular in a lot of other countries as well.
And there's some crossover in players who've done both. So,
definitely.
If you want to be a good hockey player, sometimes playing lacrosse can help.
The width of the field is wider for CFL, etc. There's a lot of differences.
Yeah. And it's 110 yards instead of 100. I think the end zones are bigger in the CFL, and the uprights are in a different spot in the CFL than they are in the NFL as well.
Laura used magic to get out of the zip ties.
She just they were pointless. See, now she doesn't have them on at all anymore. It's just I don't know what the point of the zip tie thing was other than for Lyra to show she can wrestle with her hands tied together.
Howdy, Mr. and Mrs. THG. Watching this from bed with a cracked rib. Ow.
That's painful.
Question for ya. Do you think we could see contractions of sports leagues if gambling gets banned?
No, it would negatively impact their advertising, but I don't think it's going to get banned. There's just too much money behind it, and once that amount of money is behind it, you're going to have lobbyists. You're going to have a bunch of money being thrown to anybody who's not anti-gambling. So it's just it's part of the sporting world now. It's not going anywhere.
Whoever came up with the idea of using zip ties needs to be demoted because that was a waste of time.
That was awful. But it's two matches in a row now that are just spot fests. They're not wrestling matches.
They do that a lot.
It's just, here's the spot. Here's the spot. It's just, there's nothing else to it.
What did she just lose?
Like that was the zip ties flying around.
No.
It's probably feathers off her outfit.
Their feathers are definitely falling off. Big hole in that match.
So now they're both down.
No,
so is this
you're
where
not
Bailey
sexist
shows up?
if you criticize the match. Is TNA Wrestling going to get a TV deal, and who will it be?
They have to. TNA has got so much better. In Canada, they're carried on Sportsnet. So with WWE being on Netflix, they're covered. That spot now has been taken by TNA on Sportsnet. So hopefully there's a network that picks them up in the States, because TNA is a good product. I was very impressed the last time I watched TNA that their product has really improved a lot.
Wasn't going to talk hockey on TEG, but there was once an ESPN announcer who said the NHL was not a pro league because you couldn't bet on it. Oh, how the tables have turned.
And
goodness.
I don't think that's a thing either. So yeah, I can't measure what is or isn't a pro sport based on anything to do with gambling. That just seems odd.
That's silly. This match should have ended 10 minutes ago.
Yep, it just keeps going. There's no...
Shannon will sometimes tell me how many matches are on a ridiculously long... Wasn't it this one? You were telling me how many matches?
Yeah.
And I was just like, ugh.
Yeah.
So they're all an hour long, or...
It's just, I
way too long.
This is one of those things that I do feel like with wrestling now, every match has to be 20 plus minutes. And I disagree. I don't think every match needs to be 20 plus minutes. I really don't think that's important, especially when a lot of the time the 20 plus minute matches don't finish the feud. Then they got to have another 20 plus minute match. What is she? That's nothing.
Outfit is just falling apart.
Look at that. That's nothing.
No.
It's nothing. She's just got she's got a chair over her. She's not actually hitting anything. In fact, yeah, what Lyra just did is, oh, those legs could do some damage though.
Night one was so much better.
That's dumb. That's what I've heard. I've heard night one was excellent. This has been. They're gonna need Cena and Cody to save it. So now she's pretending she's stuck in the chair.
Right.
She's pretending she's stuck again. Oh my God.
Toddler. It's like how toddlers get stuck in chairs. That was something. Appreciate that you don't take gambling sponsors. It's good for hockey to have you. That would be awful.
Nope, I will not take gambling sponsors. It's never going to happen.
When are y'all leaving for Europe?
2 weeks.
2 weeks from today. Can we just have Io and Rhea wrestle forever?
Agreed.
Is it wrestling or wrestling?
I always say wrestling. Why? There's Bailey. Called it. There's Bailey to grab a crowbar from Becky. I don't know how much longer Becky could pretend she was going to hit her. Bailey's going to hit her, though.
The Orton-Hendry match at WM was one of the best.
Yeah, Hendry did well for himself. So now Bailey is gonna turn heel here.
They're so acting poorly in this wrestling. I just watched Hulk Hogan versus Iron Sheik for Hogan's first title win. It was less than 6 minutes.
Oh, there you go. So Bailey's involved now. It's about time.
As somebody who did Olympic-style wrestling, I always find watching the entertainment-style wrestling to be quite a fun change of pace.
I always feel bad for amateur wrestlers that they don't have like an actual wrestling circuit that is like amateur wrestling where they get paid. I actually think that's kind of a shame that they can transition to this, or they can transition to this.
Wasn't this the same spot as the Sammy Carrion from last night?
I think so.
Have you seen the LFG show with WWE?
Nah. LFG was another one that I've already seen NXT. It looked very NXT like. So Lyra went from being dead to putting Becky through a table here. So I guess you just take the camera off Lyra for 30 seconds and she takes her med pack and powers up. You know, in a video game, when you find your little, you're almost dead and you find your health. That's what she did. She found her health pack.
There you go. Maybe people were clapping in it. Pixie dust.
You do believe in fairies.
Sammy
she says that
never picked up
during
the
wrestling
crowbar
events
last
too
night.
when we're there.
It's so funny because they'll be like, oh, and people are clapping and they slowly get their strength. I do believe in fairies. I do. And gives them strength just like Tinkerbell.
There you go. There's Bayley hitting Lyra. Manhandle slam. 1, 2, 3. Bam. Bayley costs Lyra. Now Lyra can turn heel.
Maple Leaf Wrestling is a good show, I think.
I watched Maple Leaf Wrestling when I was a kid. That's what WWE's Canadian program was at the time, which thankfully also featured wrestling matches without the commentary. They would just have the match. They'd strip the commentary out. It was
That
great.
would probably make it
You could
way
hear
better.
you hear the managers at ringside. You could hear the referees. You could hear the wrestlers yelling. Everything was great. I much preferred it that way.
No place like home, clicking heels. Feels like everything that we had going for them, they just flushed down the toilet after WrestleMania last year.
Yeah, I can see that.
Cross should have won last night. Sammy is so stale.
Agreed. Sammy definitely needs something. Something needs to change with Sami Zayn. I was kind of surprised that he won that match.
There's a new Maple Leaf Wrestling with Scott D'Amore.
Oh yeah, from TNA. We don't have that here, but I would imagine there's probably a YouTube channel of it. That's the movie that they're advertising every time we go to the theater.
All the time. I have seen that preview so many
The one
times.
with Dwayne Johnson playing a UFA fighter where he doesn't look like The Rock.
Yeah.
He looks
the first time
very
we
different.
saw it, I was wondering how they made him look like a different person. Once they say who it is, you can tell it's him, but
doesn't look like he even sounds like The Rock, which is
No.
odd. He's actually playing a different person. Is he aware that he's actually playing a different person?
Has
He's
it been
always the same
5-minute
character.
ads, 8-minute entrance, and 15-minute matches so far?
That last match kept going. Oh my gosh. And just to get to no finish. So they went through over 20 minutes. And in the end, nothing has changed. Nothing has changed.
TPTB hate Cross for some reason. I don't know what that even means. Sammy needs Kevin Owens.
The powers that be would be TPTB.
Yeah.
Cross. I think Cross made the mistake of getting over on his own. WWE has never been big on wrestlers that get over on their own.
How many Rock movies have actually been good? He has like 1 in 5 chance of his movie being decent.
Man, good movies with The Rock in them. I mean, does Fast and Furious count as good?
No.
It has its moments. Almost any Fast and Furious movie has its moments of ridiculousness and hilariousness for its ridiculousness.
I'm trying to think of Rock movies. Moana. He's good in Moana.
Yeah, true. And there's the live action Moana coming out
somebody
too.
else said Moana.
We'll see if the live action version, if he's different or not.
I still liked it better than the Jelly Roll match.
Jelly Roll did well considering he doesn't have experience as a wrestler.
Is Jumanji good? Yes. Yes, that was a good one. I like the
True.
Jumanji movie. You like that one?
Yeah, true.
You watched the live action Jumanji, or not live? That's a silly thing to say. The second Jumanji.
Right.
I'd make Christian Cage AEW champ because it's not very exciting to me. AEW currently, get well soon, Dustin Rhodes.
I don't know if we'll see him as champ or not. I get the feeling that with him and Copeland together, that we might see them go on a nice long run as tag champs, maybe.
John Cena versus Cody Rhodes.
Not yet. We're only up to 5 o'clock, so we won't be seeing that one for another 4 or 5 hours.
Man.
See, look, New York Giants belt. See, you get your own wrestling belt with team name. I could, the NHL, they did all the NHL teams too, but the belts were $700. So I was like, even
what?
for a joke, I can't.
Like to put it on a wall?
I can't. Like, I thought it would be really funny if every time the Canucks won, I put that belt on my shoulder. I was like, yeah, champions. But
oh man,
it's not worth it. What? The cage coming down? Yeah. It's a steel cage match. It's Solo Sikoa and Jacob Fatu. It's time for Samoans. Time for two cousins to fight each other.
If you could swap two wrestlers from WWE to AEW and vice versa, who would you swap?
Oh, geez. To AEW, LA Knight and... Geez. LA Knight and Charlotte would be fun in AEW, to be honest. Just because nobody would see that coming. And then from AEW over to WWE, Julia Hart, I think, would be better served to be in WWE. And, man, from the men's side of things, I would love to see Kenny Omega just have a match in WWE. I would love to see Kenny Omega actually have a match at a WrestleMania. That would be fantastic.
$700 belt. Are you kidding? I could make it cheaper. I mean, me too. Cardboard and some tin foil.
I used to make wrestling belts out of cardboard.
I totally believe that.
Yep, I did.
How often do you listen to Jim Cornette's podcast?
Often. I do like to hear his take on pretty much almost anything going on in wrestling. Yeah, I definitely listen to, I would say every week, I listen to segments of his podcast. I listen to what's posted on YouTube.
Wait, I just noticed this SpongeBob shirt. Where's Krabby Patty? Ha ha ha.
I wore the SpongeBob because I knew EO Sky wasn't going to win. And EO Sky met somebody who's dressed as SpongeBob, who clearly knew who she was and loves her, and did the face point. And so I figured the sad, alarmed-looking SpongeBob would make sense because that's how that person would react seeing her lose.
All surprised.
Yeah, and she lost. So, surprise SpongeBob it is.
Did you have WWF ice cream bars in Canada growing up?
I don't think we ever had them. I don't remember ever seeing them. I don't think we had them in Canada.
We didn't buy ice cream bars, so I don't know. And we didn't buy pre-made stuff like that. So I would not be the person to ask about that.
Are they going to really re-show this whole angle? We get it. Just get the match going.
I think Wardlow would do well in WWE.
I do not understand how Wardlow has not been champion in AEW. I don't get why he hasn't been given a monster push. I know he's been hurt, but still, even when he wasn't hurt, I was always surprised at the lack of a monster push. So we're going to have 3 straight matches that have no rules. This is why. Why did they plan it out this way? This is coming across as like a hardcore pay-per-view where it's just all no rules matches.
Not.
Oh my gosh, and the main event's a street fight too.
I don't like that.
Cody Rhodes, John Cena is a street fight. Oh, what horrible booking this is. Like individually the matches, you gotta make sense, but put together, so many rules, so many no rules matches tonight. It's absolutely insane. And Triple Threat wouldn't have had rules either. So, all right.
Kenny Omega and Darby Allin.
Darby Allin, I don't know if he would be pushed in WWE because of his size. I do think he's a smaller wrestler. I don't think he'd get pushed.
Yvonne's shirt isn't about this, but it reminds me of the video game Super Meat Boy. I don't know what that is. I want to see Samoa Joe back just for one final match with AJ Styles.
That would be the best way for AJ Styles to retire, would be a final match with Samoa Joe. I'd like to see him have his final match actually a TNA match would be great. And if they could bring back somebody who he had fantastic feuds with, I think that'd be awesome.
Oh, what shirt am I wearing? Okay, I can't tell what
I'm
seeing on the camera. It's a Rammstein shirt.
Yep, Rammstein. Herzlide. Yeah, it's Herzlide. So it's Herzlide. It's the 25th anniversary Herzlide shirt. And I have the men's version of said, that's my blue one, is the Herzlide one. And when we went to Rammstein in Los Angeles, I was the only one wearing that one that I saw.
Yeah.
So I was quite proud of myself.
They had so much merch at the Rammstein concerts,
yep.
But we had shirts that they did not have there.
Yeah.
Which is kind of cool. Do you think Jericho will end up back in WWE to end his career?
Maybe. Jericho's hung on too long though, and I mean we might see him back in WWE. I think he's better off just retiring though, to be honest. Be completely blunt.
Got to fill the dead air. It takes 10 minutes to lower the cage.
It's just, I don't understand this. No rules, no rules. Now it's no rules. Like, so you've had all of these weapons used in the last match. You had all kinds of weapons used in the match before that, and now it's a steel cage match. So there's going to be weapons used in this one. Like, it's just.
I don't like that kind of wrestling.
I don't mind it, but you got to break it up.
I don't like it.
You can't have match after match after match like that. It doesn't make sense.
This is why I gave up watching wrestling as a kid. Yvonne, congratulations on the Potato Awards. Did you say something weird?
Not that I remember, but I mean, if there were Potato Awards, you'd win. Do you want me to get you the Spud Kings jersey so you can wear that? I think you should wear the Spud Kings jersey. Wait till that one shows up on the countdown. People are going to have an opinion when that one shows up on the countdown.
It's true. The greatest wrestling t-shirt of all time?
Austin 316. Austin 316 was everywhere. It was basic, it was black and white, and it was absolutely perfect. Honorable mention to the NWO shirt. The NWO black and white. Everybody had that one too. Fantastic.
Looking back, MJF should have beaten Chris Jericho in retirement match AEW.
MJF is the most, I think at this point, he's become the most underutilized wrestler they have. I don't understand why they don't just push him to the moon, because MJF is the best at getting heat. He is, I think, an excellent wrestler all around. I'm bewildered at what AEW's done with him. Although I understand he's got the acting bug, he may very well not be a wrestler that much longer. But I think that AEW's missed out on an opportunity to really build a megastar, which would help bring their public profile up a little bit.
The producer on the show is losing it. All these no rules matches. Austin 316 was clean and iconic.
Yep.
NWO t-shirt, the best.
Yep. I would say those designs were the best ones.
Don't turn your back on the Wolf Pack. NJF's storyline with Cole and the Devil fell flat.
And he hasn't recovered since then. The stuff he's been doing with the Hurt Syndicate is okay, but it makes him look like a lackey for the Hurt Syndicate, and I'm not not happy with how they've handled MJF. I think if MJF got a chance to go to WWE and properly feud with Cody Rhodes, I think that would make an absolute crap ton of money.
My favorite t-shirt ever was the Cactus Jack Wanted Dead shirt.
That one's a really good one too. Yeah, the Cactus Jack shirt's really nice as well.
Barry Manilow songs on your list? There can't be, right? Okay. I was like, that I would be
right
really
after Neil Diamond.
Right? I would be really surprised if there was Barry Manilow on there. Has Shannon listened to Techno Heads, the #1 contender, with a big Van Vader sample?
No. No, I would remember if I heard that. All right, so the two Samoans are posing for each other and just now they're trading punches. How long till the weapon gets involved? Or how long until the rest of the family's in this ring? I don't think it'll take long.
Don't know if my own sound is messed up, but the entrance songs haven't been loud enough for me at all.
Well, thankfully they're very mediocre now, so you're not missing that much.
And Neil Diamond has great songs. I mean, I guess if you like Neil Diamond.
I have never been a Neil Diamond fan.
I definitely don't like Neil
Never.
Diamond.
I find it so weird because it's like nobody my age ever listened to Neil Diamond.
No.
And now you listen to it and you
my
would think he
gosh.
was a big star back then.
Right?
But like, nah.
So obnoxious. Gosh, it came on. We were at the water park and then Neil Diamond came on and Adelaide goes, why are they playing so much country music? Because they had done like 3 and I said, this one's not country, sweetie.
Technically.
It's like folksy, but it's not country. And I told her, you know this song. You know this song from hockey games. And then it came on and she started singing some words. She goes, I thought this was just a hockey song. I'm like, no, it's a real song. And it's awful. And she was like, yeah, this is terrible. Shannon, who's your favorite comedian?
All time? It'd be there's 3 for all time. John Panette, Mitch Hedberg, and Jake Johansson would be my 3 all-time favorites. Man, currently though, I don't know if I have a favorite comedian currently. Hassan Minhaj is good. Hassan Minhaj is good. And he's able to balance the funny with the thought-provoking at the same time. I have watched some of his stuff and enjoyed that. Ricky Gervais can be good as well.
I bloody hate Sweet Caroline.
Same.
Right? My bit is that someone drives a car into the ring for the real mix-up. I had a buddy who was a huge Diamond fan. Not me, but a buddy. My stepdad liked Neil Diamond. Best hockey song is Brass Bonanza. Right? There's no other choice.
It's certainly not Big League by Tom Cochran. The kid dies halfway through the song. I don't understand why Big League gets used as often as it does by Sportsnet when they are doing a profile on a young hockey player. It's like, do you guys not listen to the words? You know, heading trucks heading down the wrong side of the road. I mean, why would you mention that unless, you know? But my boy's going to play in the big league. Yeah, okay.
He was a big star, Neil Diamond. If you listen to Casey's Top 40 or Casey's Top 10 on TV in the States, there's a Top 10 on this TV?
Oh, I listen to Casey Kasem. Oh, doesn't mean I like them.
We listen to Casey Kasem.
Doesn't mean I like Neil Diamond.
I listened to him. Wasn't that on Sunday mornings where they did the Casey Kasem?
But I didn't know anybody that listened to Neil Diamond. I didn't know anybody who had a tape or a record or anything. Parents probably did.
Oh, my stepdad did. Oh, come on. What's not to like about lounge music?
Oh, Muzak really drives me crazy. I would put like Muzak in the same categories like country.
I think Sammy is a good bet to win the Rumble, especially since it's in Saudi.
I can't see Sammy winning the Rumble. I'd be very surprised if Sammy wins the Rumble.
What's he doing?
I think he's back to being basically mid-card.
I think Sammy is a good bet to win Rumble.
You just read that.
I just read that, yeah.
Yep,
it moved.
You're good.
Do you like Brian Reagan?
No idea.
It's a Bruce Springsteen's Born in the USA. It's treated like a super patriotic song when it's not, which is funny.
Rammstein's America. Americans think that song's great too.
It's funny.
I remember watching a tour.
It's funny, all the American
Rammstein
songs
footage,
that they
and
think are patriotic.
they're singing along, and I'm like, this is not complimentary of the United States at all.
It's funny.
But even Rammstein, they definitely, I don't want to say cleaned it up, but they definitely made it so that they definitely toned it down, because they took out the part where he says, "This is not a love song. I don't sing my mother's tongue. This is not a love song." They've taken that part out when they do it live now.
Diamond has been given new airplay by the Orange Menace in the White House. Oh, there's a few.
Well, Neil Diamond's been getting, Sweet Caroline came back into sports about a decade ago. I think it was a little more than that. And it's always that one arena somewhere plays a song, and it might not even be in hockey, and all of a sudden all the crowd's singing along and people go, aha, and then it goes from there.
Whitney Houston had 11 top songs. I hope she's on the list. That's not how it works. That's not how it works. There's also a lot of country songs that are have top hits. That doesn't mean they have to be on somebody's favorite songs list. That's not how it works. That's really not how it works.
Oh, George Carlin. George Carlin is one of my favorite comedians, but I don't find myself watching a lot of the clips now. No. Panette, Jake Johansson, and Mitch Hedberg. I definitely still watch their clips. Great. We quote Mitch Hedberg all the time.
All the time.
So, like, Mitch was
the
just
escalator temporarily.
Yeah,
stairs.
Just one after another. So many one-liners.
Sorry for the convenience. It's patriotic to criticize my country for the better. Sad American noises. Yes. Oof. But it's not the patriotic way that they take it, which is humorous to everybody else.
Oof.
Did they take that from Public Image Limited? This is not a love song, I wonder.
I have no idea.
Would you like to see WWE Monday Night Raw at Rogers Arena in Vancouver? I think the last time they had Raw in Vancouver was in May of 2000 at GM Place when Kid Rock was there.
I do think they'll do it at some point because the SmackDown went over really well. But I don't know that I would necessarily go with where ticket prices have been for them lately.
Bob Newhart. You like Bob Newhart?
Oh, Bob Newhart. Yes. I don't know how, but Bob Newhart too. I don't really actively seek out like Bob Newhart comedy clips.
Oh, Jim Gaffigan. We like him.
Oh, Gaffigan's
Jonathan
funny.
Winters.
Jonathan Winters.
I don't remember who that
one
is.
Of my favorites. He was on Mork and Mindy. He was Mirth.
And Eddie Murphy, disagree there.
But yeah, the reality to me was that, my favorite moment on Johnny Carson was he had Robin Williams and Jonathan Winters on at the same time, and they just controlled the whole show. It was great. See, Jimmy, don't pose because there's somebody behind you. Why do they pose? Yeah, I beat you up. What? There's 4 guys, you idiot.
Have you listened to Opie and Anthony? Jim Norton is one of the quickest comedians ever.
Is Opie and Anthony still going?
No idea.
Opie and Anthony been going forever.
Stephanie Vaquer versus Becky Lynch next feud?
Maybe. Although for Vaquer, I think she'll be going for the main title. I think Vaquer is so over that she could absolutely win like the women's title.
Final boss today, yay or nay?
I do think Roman probably comes out for this match because all the family members are there.
Don Rickles could roast anyone without offending.
Rickles was amazing. Don Rickles was absolutely fantastic.
You should check out Dylan Moran if you haven't already. I miss SCTV. Thank you, YouTube.
SCTV was fun.
And Norm MacDonald is great too.
Norm MacDonald, and a lot of his jokes have aged really well. There's a lot of things he was saying 20, 30 years ago that have aged really, really well. Sadly. Okay, so see, you can climb out over top of the cage to win. You can go out the front door to win, or you can pin the guy to win it. So he climbs over the top. It's a one way you can win it. But see, now he climbs back in because the guy grabbed his head. Right. So
Joe List is the best comedian working right now. Kids in the Hall was better than SCTV, in my opinion.
But you don't get Kids in the Hall without SCTV. SCTV set that up. See, this is exactly what I said was going to happen. Everybody's going to get involved. Everybody's going to get in there. Well, that's nice of Jacob to make sure he can get handcuffed. Good for him. Way to go, Jacob. See, he gave him his hand and everything. That's how. Oh, and it's a good thing, too, the handcuffs right after the zip ties in the last match. This really was not well planned out.
Toronto favorite CFL team because of John Candy and the Rocket.
If they have this match end this way, that's kind of lame. So who's coming out? Wait, how did he get free? Did he break the handcuffs?
There was once
he broke the handcuffs and they didn't show it.
Weird. Oh yeah, it is broken. There was once a fan that attacked Seth Rollins for The Rock.
I remember that. Any fan that gets involved is an idiot. Honestly, any fan that gets involved and jumps into the ring is a moron because they will hurt you. They absolutely will. It won't go well.
My favorite CFL team is Baltimore.
Baltimore Stallions.
Baltimore CFL.
Okay, so Solo Sikoa wins. It must just be me. I felt like that match was kind of a dud. All of this, there are no rules. It just, and that's now the last three matches as well. There were no rules, and the ending has involved interference from somebody else. So
that match had no interest from me.
Nope.
Those wrestlers still got muscles. Don't get involved.
See, he pulled and it broke.
It's been
handcuffs don't work like
overall
that
tonight. No.
Handcuffs do not just break when you pull on them. I've watched all that police cam stuff. It doesn't work that way. This was funny because look, it would have hit Solo too. Their heads were both in the same spot. But Jacob sold it like he was shot, and Solo just falls out.
That match was a dud.
It's a cage door. Like, it's just that he got hit by the mesh.
Right.
The mesh hit him.
Rules give constraints that allow for creativity.
Yeah.
Thoughts on UFC?
UFC, I used to like UFC not so much now. Why is Jimmy fighting with JC Mateo when there's still 4 guys? There's 4 of them. What? Are they just watching?
The show started off good and went downhill from there.
The best match was the opener, the triple threat for the women's title. Why is this still going on? What is the point? Tonga Loa, who has beaten nobody in his entire time in WWE.
Neil Diamond net worth is $300 million.
Oh, I have no doubt.
A lot of money.
I have no doubt he's worth a lot of money.
Really Yeah, doesn't mean we like the music.
Nope.
Really hate when they go the door to win. Jesse Ventura called it out on Saturday night main event as well during Priest and McIntyre.
But going out the door to win has been done for decades. I remember it being done in the 80s. Oh, he's jumping from the top. See, he's jumping from the top. He's doing a moonsault from up there, and they're waiting to catch him. See, that's what makes it look ridiculous.
Gotta get in the perfect position.
He kicked him in the head. So meanwhile, Solo and Talatonga are just watching this. Why is this still going on?
I didn't know the hockey guy had a twin.
I get that a lot.
It's going to be a UFC event at the White House next July 4th. Thoughts? That's weird.
It is weird.
That's weird.
Tamatonga took all of that.
That's really weird.
Oh, he got him on the shoulder.
I should have just done this in the match. Love Jesse Ventura in The Running Man. Are you ready for the pain? Are you ready for suffering?
My favorite thing of Jesse Ventura and Running Man is when he's like, I'm not wearing this crap. I'm not doing it. Forget it. It's one of my favorite things in that movie. It's just that Jesse Ventura's character is like, nah, I'm not doing any of that. Forget it.
Did you watch the MLB Speedway Classic between Reds and Braves?
No.
Might have to give this SummerSlam a D rating, and I hate that.
Man, this is not good. I'm really surprised because the build for SummerSlam was excellent, but this has been
They should have extra security at wrestling events, just like boxing or rock concerts.
Well, they have the useless security, not? So.
Oh, they do have the pretend security that it takes 20 of them. It's so funny. I just laugh when I see that. All 20
See, now they're going to Paris. But that's the week after we're there.
I'm going there. I'm going to be there, not at wrestling.
Yeah, it's right after. See, August 31st.
Gotta be there. So many of these moves make my body hurt just watching.
Like, and that's the thing, like, the wrestlers...
We're gonna be there.
Yep, the wrestlers are doing a good job, but...
I'm gonna be there too.
The matches themselves aren't great. The bookings, Like, I'm really surprised.
All the hockey and baseball games in odd stadiums should end, though I'd love to see NFL in a hockey rink. I don't think that would work. Oh, geez, you'll miss the Paris expose. I would not want to see wrestling when we were in Paris.
Yeah.
I'd be like, you can do that. I will go spend 5 hours somewhere else.
Oh, Mr. Iguana. See, and he wrestles with the iguana puppet on his hand.
Weird.
Yeah.
That's bizarre.
Well, he's Mr. Iguana, so...
That's weird.
He has to have the iguana puppet.
All right.
It has a name, too.
Okay.
Oh, good. A match with rules. Oh, thank God. Oh, thank God there's a match with rules.
How long until we get English broadcasts of AAA?
Not very long. With WWE's relationship, I would imagine when that event comes in a couple of weeks that they'll have an English broadcast with that. Now we got to get into the background for this one, too.
Is that like Mr. Sacco? All right.
It's similar, except he's got it on his hand all the time. But it does strike, and just like, yeah, it's got apparently its own whatever. I think WWE just sees a great marketing gimmick that they can make a lot of money off of. Kids would love to have an iguana puppet. Who wouldn't?
Been watching your hockey channel for years. Now I'm just finding you have a wrestling channel. Not quite.
Entertainment. but wrestling qualifies.
2 favorite sports. You are my favorite Shannon.
Thank you.
He's my favorite Shannon too. Mr. Iguana versus Jake Roberts. Book it, THG.
I don't think Jake the Snake can go anymore. I'm going to go out on a limb with that one.
Triple O versus In-N-Out Burger.
Triple O's.
By far.
Easily.
By far.
Easily.
Thoughts on the passing of Hulk Hogan?
I've talked about it in videos. I've touched on it here and there. Apparently he had leukemia as well, which hadn't come out. It doesn't, like, it is the passing of somebody who's very important to wrestling and wrestling culture. I was never a Hogan fan, and that dates back to the 80s. I never was a Hulk Hogan fan. I think WWE's done a good job paying homage to him thus far. So, yeah, I don't really have anything to add when it comes to Hogan. I just wasn't his fan.
Wonder if they'll have wrestling in the opening of the Highlander remake or feature hockey like they originally planned.
I'm really nervous about the Highlander remake because Highlander is kind of a perfect movie. And any remake is either going to be shot for shot, which would be boring, or they're going to wreck it, one or the other.
Happy to have caught one of your live streaming that isn't hockey. Just subscribed recently. I had no idea you did this channel.
Thank you very much.
Lamb Chop is the only puppet I think of, let alone wrestling puppeteer. Oh, but there's lots of cool puppets.
Lamb Chop did make an appearance at a WrestleMania.
Really?
Yep.
Weird. There's some cool puppets, so. There's cool puppets, right? Yes.
I mean, I guess if you count Jeff, what's his face there?
Jeff, what's his face?
You know, the one with all the puppets?
No.
Jeff Dunham.
Oh my gosh, he's awful. Not funny.
Jeff Dunham.
That's another comedian that's not
Jeff
funny.
Dunham.
He's not
Dunham.
funny.
Oh, you were quoting it all the time.
No, not funny at all. Canada in the 80s had that guy Terry Fox, I think, who ran across the country with no legs. Oh my gosh. He definitely had a leg.
He did have a leg.
He very much had a leg. I think if I'm correct, Terry Fox has more schools named after him than anybody else in all of Canada. There are so many Terry Fox schools.
Yeah.
So many. And there's the Terry Fox run.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, ran across the country with one leg and a prosthetic.
Yep.
What was your favorite WWF or WWE wrestling match of all time?
My favorite match of all time. Savage Steamboat would be up there. The steel cage match where Dusty Rhodes won the title from Ric Flair would be up there. That was amazing. And there was a steel cage match where Tito Santana beat Greg the Hammer Valentine for the Intercontinental title. I was big on cage matches when I was a kid.
Your channels are the best as you're honest. Oh, you are honest and not mean-spirited. We need more of that. You guys keep up the fantastic work.
I try not to be mean-spirited, and I also try to keep the gossip part of it out when it comes to sports. So
definitely,
I'm careful with what I do or don't report.
Robert Downey Jr., who can replace him as Dr. Doom? Who you pick?
Well, he is Dr. Doom. It's a shame Julian McMahon passed. He was Dr. Doom in the other movies. I don't think once he's been Dr. Doom, once Robert Downey Jr. has been Dr. Doom, I don't think you can replace him. I think it's like Iron Man. There's no way you could replace him as Iron Man. You can't. They're going to at some point in time find a way to reboot it or alternate universe it to get an Iron Man character in there. But once Robert Downey Jr. has played the character, I think it's just his.
Jeff Dunham is not funny. Not funny. Favorite non-hockey sports moment of all time?
The Red Sox comeback from 3-0 down against the Yankees would be up there for me. The Blue Jays back-to-back World Series would be up there for me in terms of my favorite moments.
There's the car that somebody guessed about a car.
And yeah, it's AJ in the lowrider. I'm surprised that he's in the
weird
car with the hydraulics. Yeah, favorite. Yeah, I'll go with that.
Undertaker and Mankind Steel Cage was wow.
That Hell in the Cell was quite the match for spots, but it would not be tops for my favorite matches if I'm talking about all time.
Bret Hart, greatest Canadian ever.
He's up there.
Are you hopeful for Spaceballs 2?
Are you? I mean, it's Mel Brooks, so it's gonna be good.
Hopefully they don't kill it and make it just stupid.
Mel Brooks is fantastic.
I don't ever have high hopes that that'll actually happen, though. But can't be as bad as Happy Gilmore 2, though. So it's got that going for it.
AJ not only came out in the lowrider car, but he's wearing Eddie Guerrero style trunks as well.
John Panette was really funny.
Mm-hmm.
Do you expect future Four Nation tournaments to be anything close to the first one in terms of intensity?
No,
that was
different. You can't replicate it. You can't replicate that. They're gonna try. The next time out, it's World Cup of Hockey. It won't be 4 teams, so I don't expect that kind of intensity next time out. And we will not see that at the Olympics either. You have a fight like that at the Olympics, you're out.
Favorite MLB moment when Kirk Gibson came up to bat on one leg, hamstring, and hit a home run to win a World Series game.
That would be up there, yeah.
I saw a cage match when I lived in St. Louis as a kid in the 80s. It was Harley Race beat Ric Flair for the NWA title.
See, steel cages, it used to be that's how you ended a feud. And so you'd have this feud and they're fighting, and finally it's like, okay, we'll just put you in a cage, the rules go out the window, and this is how it ends. And now the way wrestling treats it is just steel cage is just another gimmick. It's no big deal. And it's too bad. I think it should be treated like it's a big deal. And they should make a big deal about how that's the last time. That's it. Okay, you guys are in a cage, and then that's it. We don't want to see any more of this crap. And they don't do that.
Bret Hart versus Hulk Hogan, Stone Cold versus Hulk Hogan, and Sting versus Undertaker all should have been WM matches.
Hogan didn't want to fight Bret. Hogan didn't want anything to do with Bret. And Austin and Hogan, I think, would have been oil and water in the ring.
Can't believe they let AJ wear pants in memory of Dom's real father.
No. Dom's real father is Ray.
Are you watching the World Cup next year?
We will. Some of those games are going to be in Canada, so we will be watching it.
Cage matches used to be the end of feuds.
Yep.
Steel cage, Hell in the Cell, is 2 guys who need to fight without interference.
Hell in the Cell, to me, it's that next tier above that cage match. And I think Hell in a Cell should have been saved for Undertaker and a select few other wrestlers, but WWE could not let it go. They had to have a bunch of Hell in the Cell, eventually the Hell in the Cell pay-per-view, and they watered it down. It's what they do.
Oh, hey, Snacks. Hope you brought some for everyone, Shannon.
It's a piece of muffin.
It's 5:30 already.
Yep.
I'll need to go in a bit to take Gabriel to work.
Okay.
You guys should go to the College World Series in Omaha, Nebraska. You'd have a great time. It's a great event.
I don't know that my wife would agree with that being a great
can't
time.
imagine of all the places we'd want to travel to go to Nebraska. Nothing against Nebraska.
College World
But
Series.
Of all the places in the world that we could travel, Nebraska, I don't know, is anywhere on there. Especially to go watch, I'm assuming, baseball?
Yeah.
I will not go to a baseball game. I can't imagine. I don't know anything about Nebraska other than fields. I'm pretty positive it's a bunch of fields. That's all I know.
I will say this match, at least, is a wrestling match. This is the first in 4 that has actually been an actual wrestling match.
And there you go. Happy
So,
Gilmore
kudos.
2 was a waste of money, making the movie shame on Netflix for having it in the top 10.
Netflix has a deal with Adam Sandler. He has made craptastic movie after craptastic movie.
So that all of his friends can be in his movies.
They must generate enough for Netflix to justify it.
But with how many people were mad at you for not liking the movie, somebody clearly likes it. There are people that like that, just the stupid humor. So there's definitely people that watch them. I bet they have good corn there.
In Nebraska, they better.
I mean,
I think you get kicked out of Nebraska
really
if your corn sucks.
Corn here too, though. So I don't need to go to Nebraska for good corn.
That's true.
If you keep raising the stakes, it makes it hard to keep the meaning.
Yep.
Omaha Tourist Central. Omaha makes me think of Slapshot 2.
Why did they have their phone lights out?
Omaha has a nice zoo. There you go. So there's a benefit.
What am I missing? Why does everybody have their phone lights out? Just because it's dark? Or like, because it's not like the Wyatt 6 are coming out. See, look at that.
Yeah.
Why are there so many lights out?
This is live? Yeah, live.
Yeah.
Oh, it's dark there.
Well, it's New Jersey, so it's 8:30. Yeah, 8:30 down there. Yeah.
It's dark at 8:30. That must be
in the stadium.
I don't know. No, but you can see the sky. The sky looks dark. I didn't know New Jersey. I'm trying to picture. I thought New Jersey
was a little bit
south
of
like New York.
Yep.
But 8:30. Crazy. Let's see. Did you watch Degrassi?
Kind of. I watched a couple episodes.
Yeah, not much. I didn't really watch TV.
I wasn't a huge fan of it.
Oh, props for HG. Is that Hockey Guy? For telling the truth about Happy Gilmore. It was bad, and it did ruin part 1 for me too. I really hope he does not remake Little Nicky or Waterboy.
I can't see myself watching the first movie again.
That was so bad.
I don't know that I'll ever watch the first movie again.
So bad. If MJF and Becky Lynch are in Adam Sandler movie, I'll watch. I thought his movie Hustle was good. I think that's what that meant.
A lot of his good movies are not from his production company. So there are good movies that he acts in. They're not usually from Happy Madison.
Omaha is not a vacation destination. I wouldn't think so. It's dark at 8:30 here out east. That would have to depend on how far north or south you are, not how far.
There's still twilight. You can still see some twilight in the sky.
Yeah, but look at how dark the sky is for 8:30. So they've got to be quite a bit further south. I thought New Jersey was just south of New York.
Oh, Calf Crusher.
Isn't New York about our same distance north?
No idea.
Aren't they? So it just surprised me that it's so dark at 8:30 in the summer.
Calf Crusher does not work. Dominic gets the rope break. Ray.
In the winter, it gets dark around 4:30 p.m. on the East Coast. Again, that would depend on how far north and south you are.
Gets dark here like 3:30.
East part.
3:30, 4 o'clock in December. Sad. I used to have days where I would go to work, and if we had overtime, I'd go to work in the dark and go home in the dark, and it messes with your head. You're like, I think the sun still exists. I think so. I haven't seen it all week, but I think it still exists.
I guess dark early.
Because my workplace, there were no windows either.
Right.
So I have no idea.
Favorite WWE diva? Stacy Keibler.
Diva? I mean Trish, Mickey James. Those would be my two favorites during the Divas era. I love how referees are useless at putting putting the ring back together. Oh, he did the Eddie spot. And then nice. Nicely done. Nicely done. That's hilarious.
I'm so bad at watching movies anymore. I just watched a movie that's 9 years old and thought it was recent. That's the kind of thing I do.
Yeah.
Hey, when did this come out?
That was funny. That was great. So they did the chair spot that Eddie used to do where he'd throw a steel chair to somebody and then fall down and pretend he was dead.
It's almost dark here in Connecticut. It's been so long since I've done American geography, but isn't Connecticut a bit further south?
A little bit.
I know it's on the coast. Isn't it a bit further south? Hidden Figures was the movie.
You've seen that
one. I must have missed something. Hidden Figures is great.
Yes.
I've avoided new Adam Sandler movies since I had the misfortune of seeing That's My Boy.
I never watched that one. I was like, nope. I like a lot of his movies, like I'll see the trailer and go, I know what that is, and I don't need to watch the movie. Because I know exactly what the movie is. I know what the jokes are gonna be. I'm not interested.
New Jersey is a bit more south than Abbotsford. I lived up north in Nowhere, Alberta. That's a new meaning of dark in the winter. Oh, no doubt. See, that's why. So if it's just a bit further south, it surprises me that it looks so dark at 8:30. Because 8:30 here, it's still daylight.
Basically.
Did you like Longest Yard with Adam Sandler and late Burt Reynolds? Have you watched that one?
Yeah, it's okay.
I don't think I've watched that one.
I don't think that one's a Happy Madison.
I'm not a fan of that kind of humor, though, so I don't watch a lot of those.
It's a football movie too, so.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I probably wouldn't watch that. Trish Stratus and Edge and Hart. AJ's leg twitching, LOL. We're all stuck in 2016 on repeat, so 9 years is recent.
Dominic Mysterio wins and keeps the title. Good for him.
Longest Yard is pretty good. Eastern time zone is enormous, east to west. The original Longest Yard was better.
That's true. That's the other thing. They'd be in the eastern part of that time zone, so further east. It'd be like Kelowna would get an earlier sunset than we do, even though they were in the same time zone.
That is true. My favorite Sandler movie was Wedding Singer. I like Wedding Singer. There are some Adam Sandler movies that I like. Wedding Singer is good. 50 First States is good.
Grown Ups.
I don't know that I've ever watched that. It's not the one that looks really. Oh yeah, that's a no.
Yeah, no.
I don't mind Bedtime Stories. I know you haven't watched that one, but that's a fun one to watch with the kids. And my boys love the movie Pixels.
I'm not a fan.
It's not horrible compared to his other movies, but
I'm out of soda. I'll be right back.
Near dark in Tampa. That I'm not surprised because Tampa is much further south, so they wouldn't have as much of the really dark, really late times a year like we do. Yes, all the ones with Drew Barrymore. Yes, because Drew Barrymore makes movies better. And he does do good with her. Like those movies, he doesn't do the stupid slapstick. I don't find the dumb humor funny. But to me, that's not entertaining at all. Yeah, Pixels is pretty wacky, but it wasn't bad. That's what I thought. It's not like a great movie or anything, but it's entertaining enough. It wasn't stupid. Which a lot of that humor, it's dumb. It's the slapstick. I don't find that entertaining. Don't think Never Been Kissed holds up in 2025. I didn't like that movie. I watched it once and I didn't see what people were liking with that one. I didn't like it.
Rabbits must all be sleeping or something.
I'm sure.
In the yard.
My all-time favorites are Undertaker, John Cena, Rey Mysterio, and Edge.
It's a good group.
Blended is a good Sandler movie. I don't know what that one is either. I did see in the comments of your video about Happy Gilmore 2, people were mentioning a lot of Sandler movies that I don't even know they are, but they could be ones that I saw the preview and saw that there was no way I would enjoy watching that. Have you watched Peacemaker season 1?
I've watched. I know I started the first season of Peacemaker. I never ended up getting through it. Because it's not through Netflix. I think I was watching it on Crave, and then I just didn't get back to it. Like, it's funny, I enjoy it, but it didn't have enough of my interest for me to keep watching it. But I'll have to finish that first season because I know the second season's on the way.
What's better, Happy Gilmore 2 or Second Day of Summerslam? LOL.
Second Day of Summerslam.
Anything is better than Happy Gilmore 2.
That AJ match, that was good. AJ versus Dominic, that was good. That was an actual wrestling match. There were rules. It didn't involve a bunch of run-ins, which it could have because Dominic's part of Judgment Day, but it did not involve run-ins. Thank God.
When we were watching Happy Gilmore 2, at one point we checked how far into the movie we were, and we realized
we both groaned.
It was half of the movie, and we both just went, oh. So many people hadn't asked us to do a review. Turn it off.
Oh, there's Stephanie McMahon.
Opinions on 8 Crazy Nights. Never watched it.
I never got through that one either. I started it. I didn't end up finishing it.
I don't remember.
It's an animated movie.
Yeah. Does Happy Gilmore 2 ruin being a Bruins fan since he wears that jersey a lot? He wears several Bruins jerseys.
Which is weird because in the first movie really you watched surprised. The one.
It was like his lucky jersey.
Yeah. It kind of destroys that too. Yeah. So I don't know about. Yeah.
For Adam Sandler movies, one that can always make me laugh is Anger Management. He and Jack Nicholson did really well together.
Anger Management's a good movie. Anger Management's a good movie. She hasn't watched that one. I think she might enjoy that one.
Happy Gilmore 2 versus Highlander 2 for worst sequel.
At least Highlander 2 is watchable for how bad it is. Between the chicken guys and the chicken swords and the bad guys in Highlander 2 look like chickens. I remember watching Highlander 2 and I had not heard anything good about it before we watched it, but it was way worse than I thought it was going to be. But it was funny worse. Like there were like they were from another planet. All of a sudden, the Immortals in Highlander were from a planet called Zeist. I was like, wait, they're from another planet? What's going on? And that way there could be new Immortals because there were alien Immortals. And it just, everything went off the rails.
Gabriel wants to leave pretty soon. Are you surprised Stephanie still uses the McMahon name? Is she not married to Triple H? She's a celebrity. Most celebrities don't change their name when they get married because they've built their brand around their name.
Yep.
That is so not uncommon. If they're a celebrity or if they're a professional, they don't usually change their name. Because then people will be like, who? Did like the 84 comedy Revenge of the Nerds. I thought it was more funnier. So it was funnier than Porky's.
Well, considering Porky's isn't a funny movie, I never liked Porky's. I remember guys talking to me about how great it was, and I started it once, and I was like, "There's a lot of naked men in this movie. I don't. No, thank you." I did
I'm
eventually.
not a boy, so I think both movies are just awful.
I did eventually give it a shot, but like I really didn't like Porky's. When I do like a favorite movies list, nope. There's 3 movies, by the way.
I'm not. I
And
don't think rape or sexual assault is funny, so I'm not.
no. And yeah, they're not
No.
they're
Awful,
not
awful, awful,
fantastic movies.
awful. Treating women, no. No. I think how Sandler got so many golf pros in the movie is pretty cool. The Bob Barker fight was always and still required for Bruin games in Hartford.
Yeah, the Bob Barker fight's perfect, and apparently Barker pushed for him to win the fight. The original script, Happy Gilmore wins that fight. That wouldn't be funny.
That wouldn't be nearly as funny, no.
It wouldn't be funny if Adam Sandler's beating up an old man Bob Barker, but Bob Barker kicking his ass is legitimately funny.
Revenge of the Nerds could never be made today. No, because rape's not funny.
No.
It's not funny.
And
sexual assault, it's not funny.
Society's changed
Not
too, and
funny.
that nerds aren't. I mean, they're still nerds, but nerds make millions now. So, like most YouTubers are nerds. So that's how they end up being YouTubers.
Do you think Iron Sheik is fighting Hulk Hogan in the afterlife?
I don't know that I don't know that they'd be in the same place. And
True.
B, I don't think Sheik would have anything to do with them in the afterlife. I think he would avoid Hogan. I think Hogan would just find a note that says something about spitting on him and Iran #1, Sheik #1. That'd probably be slid under his door.
First wrestler movie with Ed Asner, Vern
Gagne,
and Bill Robinson wasn't bad.
There's some good wrestling movies out there. So All the Marbles, I think, was the one I watched when I was a kid.
I have to go. Bye. I have to drive a child. I take him to work for the week.
Have fun with that.
Yeah.
You see where I am. There we go. Just need to make sure I can see where I am. Make sure I'm centered. If I'm centered. See, it still says so. I can't read the chat on the actual live stream. So where I'm reading the chat is from my Hockey Guy account. Do I have a favorite cameo from a wrestler on a TV show? Bret Hart had a cameo on Simpsons, which I thought was creative. But I did really like that King Kong Bundy was part of the family on Married with Children. I thought that was great. That King Kong Bundy, he's a Bundy, he was part of the family. I thought that was great. Oh, now we get okay. So now we're into the main event. Thank the Lord. Yeah, Peter Falk was in All the Marbles. He was the one that managed the girls, right? That was actually a good movie. That was honestly, I enjoyed that movie. I thought it was a good show. I've watched that movie a few times. See, I think Rhodes turns. But it's 5:49. There's no way this goes over an hour, right? Right? Maybe? Could it? It can't. Could it? Maybe. Funny thing is, this is that time of year where I don't really have to watch my phone for anything hockey related because There's nothing. The hockey world is so quiet right now. It's very quiet. Okay, main event time. Will Omaha get a franchise? It'd be tough for them to get an NHL team. It is a small market, and if the expansion fee is $2 billion, which has been the rumor, certain people can pay that. Most can't. So that's gonna definitely limit who's gonna come in. Um, I don't get the hockey withdrawal as much as I used to, and I've realized during the summer now, like it doesn't matter what I do content of. I know that it's not necessarily going to draw, and I don't worry about my numbers during. I'm not worried about my numbers right now, like I normally do during the summer. I've kind of come to grips with the reality that there's only a certain amount of videos that I can do that are going to garner views, and I need to pace myself a little bit. So yeah, um, I do end up being happy when hockey comes back, which will be a lot sooner than one might think. We're looking at what, 7 weeks till we get into the preseason, so it doesn't take that long now. No, the AHL did not last that long in Omaha. True. Jelly Rolls Club gave out 30 Preds logo tattoos in his tattoo parlor. Well, good for them. So comes Cody Rhodes to the over-the-top entrance. Do we see Perry in the finals next season? No. I unless something dramatic happens, I don't see the LA Kings in a Stanley Cup final. Okay, so Cody's wearing the mask, which is, I always think that looks weird. I've always thought that as a mask is, I mean, it's a choice. He does have a fun theme song that gets the crowd singing along. If he did turn heel, that goes away. Hogan's fist helmet. Hogan had a lot of weird looks. He did. He had a lot of interesting ideas. The one thing that I always thought was weird with Hogan was when he decided that yellow and red were the colors and that was it. Because he used to wear blue trunks too. He used to wear white, wear blue, wear yellow, and eventually it just became yellow and red. That's it. Always thought that was weird. I don't know why, but I found that odd. Do I have any WWE Funko Pops? I know I have a couple. They wouldn't be in here. They'd be in the third room, which we were gonna use for the set, but I gave up on using that for the set because it's kind of where Gabriel collects crap. So it just I got tired of waiting for that room to be usable for me. And since there's a 3D printer and they can really have a smell to them, a lot of the time the smell in that room, because it doesn't have ventilation, I was like, I'm not passing out during a video. I'm not doing it. So I've got Funko Pops, though WWE related, I'm pretty sure, on the set. Yeah, the definitely some Ronald McDonald with the red and yellow for Hogan, but those became his colors. I just always found it weird that he only wore, pretty sure it was always yellow trunks from that point going forward until he became Hollywood Hogan and WCW. Why am I not streaming from the other set? There's more space in here. There's more space to move around in here. It's a bigger TV as well, so it's a better presentation for me to watch it on. And it's quieter in here than on the other set. So it's easier for me to do videos in here, but I can carve out some time and do videos on the other set. But yeah, it's definitely easier for me to stream from in here. Top 5 movies. Off the top of my head, Empire Strikes Back. I would say Wrath of Khan just because it's always a movie that I've really liked, a Star Trek Wrath of Khan. I'd probably have Fight Club in there. I kind of want to throw in Dodgeball or Tommy Boy just for the sake of saying a comedy movie. So maybe Dodgeball, and challenge myself for a horror movie. Evil Dead 2 is a pretty perfect comedy horror from start to finish. But I'll say Inception. I know it's not a horror movie, but I'll say Inception. I'm going to do a movie list at some point, though. It's going to happen. Here comes Cena, and they still got just the black and white entrance for Cena. Why? Am I watching the new season of Amazing Race Canada? Yes. And we were very surprised that the guys on the last episode stole the cab. I was very surprised they did that. And then they won the leg. And I've always had that problem with, oh, now it's the full John Cena production. I've always had a problem. They didn't have him turn face just so he had the full Titantron, right? Right? But anyways, yeah, I kind of see it as cheating on Amazing Race when somebody calls for a cab and you steal it, because now they're waiting for a cab that you just took. They don't know that you took their cab. So I don't like it. It's one of those things I'm not a big fan of. I was already kind of ticked off that their driver left. I still remember, I know it was the American one, but there was an Amazing Race where the cab driver went for coffee and just left them, and it was kind of in the middle of nowhere. That was on the American one. That was ages ago, though. But it's one of those unpredictable things that I've never liked, the race being decided by that. It's always bothered me. Yeah, it is. I do think this is a swerve, but I think what'll happen is they're not both going to work as faces in this match. Um, I think Cody might go heel. But dear Lord, if The Rock comes out for this, I will not be happy. See, the whole Cody soul thing didn't make any sense. To me, it didn't make any sense. Cody Rhodes is already a big star. People already know who he is. What's The Rock gonna offer him? It's not like Cody's gonna be a star in Hollywood. Not with that bloody tattoo on his neck. If I ever get a tattoo on my neck, that means I've lost my mind completely. I actually don't have any tattoos, but the one on his neck, I think, just is. I looks weird. That's worse, Travis Scott or Rock. I hope Travis Scott doesn't come out either. Jelly Roll's face tattoos are not great, but you're not going to find a face tattoo anywhere that I say that looks nice, that looks great, that's awesome. But one of the reasons I don't have a tattoo is because I don't have anything that I feel like I need to attach to my body for the rest of my life. When I'm old and I'm forgetting stuff, maybe then I start getting tattoos, you know? Maybe I tattoo on my wrist what I need to do that day and don't forget. Sort of a list of things I have to do every day. Just have that tattoo right there. So I go, right. Yeah, okay. I got to make sure I brush my teeth before I go to bed. Okay, yeah. And then I got to, yeah, okay. That makes sense. Make the bed. Yep. All right, cool. That kind of thing. So hopefully I won't be in that state anytime soon. This match is going to go for a while, isn't it? I really honestly hope this match is just the two of them. We have seen enough run-ins tonight. We've seen enough interference. I don't want to see it. Now, is this where John Cena turns heel again? They're going to do the handshake, aren't they? They're going to do the handshake, aren't they? Okay, so this time they had a hug that ends in punching, but no heel turn out of that. It will be interesting to see how this goes for Cena. I do think they've done a good job of hiding the fact that Cena can't go like he used to. He clearly is not the wrestler that he was 20 years ago, and they're not booking him in a way that will expose that. I think the big thing is cardio with older wrestlers. It feels like they get blown up much easier. And being an older man at this point, yep. I know last night, street hockey. So I do the treadmill 5 times a week, but it's not the same as playing hockey on pavement. Running around on pavement, playing road hockey is completely different from treadmill, obviously. And so I ran a bit at the start last night, and I was immediately gassed. I was like, "How the hell am I gassed now? This is insane." R-Truth has been making a lot of music. I get the feeling that's what he's been busy with. I think that's what he's been busy with, is he's trying to get his music over, and I think he's got a future there. I really do. Rock versus Roman Reigns would have been epic. Oh, absolutely. Do I typically participate in Terry Fox runs each year? I have. I've participated, I think in the last 5 years, I think I've participated in 2. Sometimes it's not at a time where it's easy for me to participate, but I can probably do it this year. So now they got ring steps in the middle of the ring, because why not? As one does. Okay, so now Cody's going to hit the ring steps because he's going to the ropes way too early in the match. And Cena's watching the whole way, so. And those steps are quite a ways across the ring. So, yep. And Cody's off. The air quality shows up for me when I'm trying to sleep at night. I've noticed lately that um I allergies, and I think air quality is part of it too. Man, I'm out of breath quickly at this point. And I know it's not like because I'm old, because I had a couple of days last week where I was fine. And then all of a sudden, um, when I sleep, I have to be sleeping on a certain angle. It's insane. Oh, Cody, you're fine. He just threw ring steps at you. See, he'll just get right back up and no sell it. So, old man rant incoming. When I started watching wrestling, they would use spots like something with stairs, chairs, anything like that, very sparingly. That way it had real impact. It doesn't now. Now we get these moments like John Cena hurling the steel steps at Cody Rhodes, and 30 seconds later, Cody's up in the match. And they don't sell all this, and it means that you have to get more and more dangerous. It progressively gets more dangerous. And I don't like that. I think it shows that the technical side of pro wrestling now is kind of gone. I think they're so terrified of fans chanting boring that they make sure it's frenetic action all the time. And I think that increases the risk to the wrestlers because you have to have those big impact moves all the time. And you have to always be jumping through the ropes, using chairs, using the railing, using the steps. Like it's a lot all the time now with wrestling. Like when Randy Savage in a feud with Ricky Steamboat used the ring bell and came off the top rope, wrestling fans, myself included, horrified because I'd never seen anything like that before. So I legitimately was like, okay, I know this is set up, but Ricky Steamboat looks like he's really in pain here. And they talked about him having a crushed trachea, and I thought that could happen there because the ring bell was utilized. And now it just feels like all of that high impact stuff, it doesn't matter. I think we need an air purifier for our room. I've got one in here. We've got one in the rec room where the other set is. I think we need one in our room as well. Because I like to leave the door or the window open a crack so that the cool air gets in and we get that circulation during the night. But clearly the air quality is going to drop. See, and then they just hit they both had a chair, so they hit each other's chairs. They're both wrestling like heels, which is smart because if you're looking for a hint about who's going to turn, you've got nothing so far. My favorite Friday the 13th movie, I think the seventh one, which is Jason versus Carrie, is very much underrated. If Freddy versus Jason qualifies as a Friday the 13th, that is the best one. Although the 2009 reboot was very underrated. I thought that was actually a pretty solid movie all around. The only problem was it was Jared Padalecki that played Sam on Supernatural that was a hero. So I kept waiting for Dean to show up. Yeah, John Moxley with the baseball bat with the nails. That was awful. I thought that was gross. I did. I don't find that entertaining. I don't think that's necessary. I think those spots kind of ruin wrestling a little bit. Is there any anime that I like? I used to watch Robotech. Um, I one of my favorite series ever is Battle of the Planets, which started out as Gatchaman in Japan. That is an absolutely fantastic cartoon. Not much in the way of current, but yes, I have watched anime and I've got the Cell season of Dragon Ball Z, which was fantastic. That Cody Cutter was terrible. That was a bad Cody Cutter. Oh, Jason Takes Manhattan. He it was filmed in Vancouver. Most of that's filmed in Vancouver. I remember them coming in and it's Horseshoe Bay, and I'm like, New York doesn't look like that. But they kept showing stock footage of the Statue of Liberty, which was weird because the footage looked different and it was clearly Vancouver. Like when he's on the train, yeah, that's SkyTrain. So it made it all weird. They only filmed like one evening in New York City because of budget. Did I see Iron Claw movie about the Von Erichs? No, I was alive watching wrestling at the time that the Von Erichs went through all that. I can't see myself watching a movie on the Von Erichs because it's just endless sadness. It is just like, and I understand that it might be a very well made, very very good movie, but oh my gosh, I watched the Dark Side of the Ring episode with my wife. I felt like that tells you the story, and I've never considered watching the movie with her because I know it would just be really really sad. There's not a way to have a happy ending in a Von Erich movie. There are a couple of kids that are still Von Erich wrestlers, of course. I'm surprised WWE has never brought them in as a tag team. I'm surprised AEW has never really given them a chance. Because just the Von Erich name alone, I would think would stir some interest, understanding how long it's been since Von Erich was relevant in wrestling and all that. And wrestling fans, maybe a majority of them would remember. There, that Cody cutter worked. Meltzer gave the match between John Moxley and Adam Page 5.5 stars. Yeah. Dave, I will agree with Jim Cornette. Dave is clearly, I don't think he's on AEW's payroll. I don't think they're paying him, but I do think that he just fanboys for them all the time. And some of his match ratings just don't make sense. They just do not make sense. And not only that, but I would say if you have a star system that you have to break and go above 5 stars, your system is incorrect. And that tells me that you're giving 5.5 and 6 stars out because you don't want to rank something as 2.5 or 2 stars that probably should be. So you don't want to offend anybody. Okay, pile driver. 1, 2. Cena kicks out. It does feel like we're going to get a run in here. Yeah, to me, if you've got a good 5-star match system, you don't need to add stars. There's no need to add a star. It's just this is a 5-star match. No, this is a 6-star match. No. It's just like the people are like 110%. Nope, 100%. That's it. You can only do 100 out of 100. You cannot do more than that. I think Cena's playing possum here. This is just taking too long. I don't do star ratings. I usually rank movies out of 10. Or I'll say I give it about a 6 or 7 out of 10 or 8 or 9 out of 10. That AA was bad. I mean, this match has been a lot of waiting for stuff to happen. It's a very methodical match. Like I said, this is WWE not exposing that Cena can't wrestle like he did 20 years ago. And as I said, I can understand that. That's the thing too with the star system. It should be consistent over eras. So a 5-star match from 1984 should still be a 5-star match now, and you shouldn't be adjusting your star ratings. And I feel like Meltzer sometimes adjusts his star ratings. The other thing too with star ratings is you can have a match that's technically really good but boring, and you can have a match that's technically kind of crap and it's a lot of fun to watch. So I think there's more that should be in a rating of a wrestling match than just out of 5 stars. The jet pin reminds you of Super Dave. I can see that. That was his colors. He's trying to lock in an STF. That's, man. Every time Cena gets a move, I can see how somebody would have an out, and he doesn't seem to have the impact that he did. Maybe it's just I don't want to hurt my opponent, which makes sense. Oh, the Chris Benoit. That's a double episode of Dark Side of the Ring. It's a lot, but it is quite the watch. My opinion of Benoit before and after. Before Benoit did what he did, he was one of my absolute favorite wrestlers of all time. He went from a skinny, scrawny little Stampede Wrestling wrestler who did not look like much. I remember the first time I saw Benoit wrestle, I was like, well, this kid isn't going to make it. And he ended up putting on, I remember the best of 7 is it the U.S. title? U.S. title or TV title? I think it was TV title. Best 4 out of 7 between Booker T and he did Pop Rocks. Good for John Cena. Must have learned that from Roxanne Perez backstage. But yeah, the best 4 out of 7 between Benoit and Booker T. That was some of the most entertaining wrestling I ever saw in WCW. After what he did, I would never want to hear his name mentioned on TV again. I totally agree with WWE erasing him from existence because you can't. You can't. Something like that, you can't have his name mentioned on TV. Yeah. I know Cena's coming up on 50. From somebody in their 50s, believe me, I do understand. I cannot do the things I used to do at anything. So yeah. Oh, the Owen Dark Side of the Ring. Yeah, I've watched that one. I didn't watch that one with Yvonne. I'm careful which ones I watch with Yvonne because wrestling has so much darkness to it. Oh, that was well done. That AA, so he stands on one announce table and AA's Cody through the next announce table. That was really well done. Protected Cody well. Well done. And Cody's selling it like he's dead. So good job all around. Did I watch All Star Wrestling? Absolutely. I enjoyed All Star Wrestling. Rocky De La Sera. That was the wrestling that came to Chilliwack, and that was the one, or was that Stampede? I remember Rotten Ron Starr and Ron Ritchie, and they had this street fight like that. It's a huge battle, and they fought, and I remember it was a double countout. And the first time I had seen kayfabe broken was that later on in the night, I saw Ron Ritchie and Rotten Ron Starr having a beer watching another match in the ring. So I just turn and I'm like, huh, those guys are just beating the crap out of each other. Now they're having a beer watching what's going on in the ring. Cool. Way to keep character, guys. And it broke kayfabe. But that was the first time I'd seen that. But that was in Chilliwack. That was at Evergreen Hall, where all the wrestling was held at that point. Well, when Benoit was in the Horseman, that was when it's not too far away from when Mongo was in it, and then Paul Roma. To me, the original Horseman and the Horseman with Barry Windham that soon followed, that was the best one. Okay, Crossroads, 1, 2, kick out. There it is, kick out. There is no way this ends with a clean finish. No chance. Yeah, kayfabe doesn't matter like it used to. It really doesn't. I am old enough to remember when the heels and the faces did not have anything to do with each other. They did not. In the ring, outside the ring, in public, they didn't. I remember when Roddy Piper was interviewed on Seattle TV. He was in studio on a Seattle talk show. He was Roddy Piper. He was the character. He was a heel. He was cutting promos. He was Roddy Piper. That was before we got into this era where they were just themselves. That wasn't a thing back then. Just was not a thing. I do think with social media now, I think it makes pro wrestling more and more difficult to keep the illusion up. I haven't noticed, of course, I haven't been paying as much attention. I haven't noticed John Cena talking as much during this match. That hurt. Missed it. Just kicks out. Cody just kicks out. 2 3/4 on that one. Is Logan Paul still in the WWE? Yes. Yes, last man standing means you knock the guy out. He doesn't get up before the 10 count. Street fight is what this is supposed to be, but most of this has been in the ring. Honestly, this has been the least street fighty match of the no rules matches tonight because there's been 4 of them. I don't know, maybe they watched the other matches and said, maybe it's no rules, but everybody's done every spot already. So, all right. So Cena's another Slim Jim table. All of the tables have Slim Jim stickers on them. This is ridiculous. How do I get a THG sticker onto the? I don't have that kind of money. I do not. I do not. If I could put a THG sticker on a table, absolutely I would do it. That'd be, if I ever got back to writing wrestling, I I could absolutely have fun with that. I could absolutely have some fun with that. But I don't see myself getting back to writing wrestling either. Ronnie Garvin versus Jake Roberts underrated rivalry. Anything Ronnie Garvin is underrated because Ronnie Garvin did not cut great promos. Vern Siebert, they called him the Weasel. Yep. And I don't know if I answered yes. Logan Paul's still in WWE. I feel bad for David Benoit. Never got the chance like Dominic Mysterio had. I don't know if he wanted to wrestle. I don't know that he wanted to, and I think if he really wanted to, I think he would have had that chance. Just he obviously could not have used the Benoit name. That's a tricky one because that's going to get brought up a lot. So yeah, I kind of feel bad for him too. Surprised they didn't book a bathroom break match sponsored by Charmin. It's right there. I think one of the things that's interesting to me about all this advertising and the ridiculousness of the Slim Jim stickers everywhere, is there anybody who actually is saying, I wasn't sure what I was going to have for dinner tonight, but I'll have Slim Jims, or I'm hungry. I forgot Slim Jims exist. I think all this extra advertising does nothing. I don't think it generates revenue for these advertisers. And I've done a little bit of advertising of my channel, and honestly, it's never had like a significant impact on the channel. So I think honestly, I think advertising is a little bit overrated. Now they're throwing the trash can, but the trash can is like clearly just one of those rubber ones. They're not going to have any impact. See, that's the thing. Slim Jims, I think they should be advertising on 420 friendly programming. That's where they should be advertising because those are the people be like, dude, I am so down for a Slim Jim. Who's sober enough to go get a Slim Jim? Somebody's got to be. I need one now, right now. That is the only crowd that I think would be swayed. Like, so, oh my gosh. I don't want to see wrestlers get hurt, but some of these spots are so clearly being shot from an angle they shouldn't be that you can tell the wrestler didn't actually get hit. That hurt. John Cena got suplexed into the railing, so that hurt. And it's the metal rail. I know when I was writing wrestling, I was made at the metal railing. I didn't want it all covered up. I understand why they covered up the railing and they have it padded like that now because it has less impact. There's less chance of getting hurt. It also, I think, gives more separation between the crowd and the wrestlers because it's thicker and you can't like kick underneath it or anything. It's less shenanigans that would happen that way. See, I don't generally buy meat sticks. If I was though, I think I think Old Dutch makes beef jerky too. See, I'd rather get jerky, honestly. It just, some of the advertising feels like superliminal. LT Smash with superliminal. Hey, you join the Navy. Okay. Like it feels very LT Smash. Okay, so they went under the stage. Why is the smoke machine going off for this as they come up through the stage? John Cena comes up through the stage carrying Cody Rhodes. Why is Cody out? I want to say too, this is the most entertaining John Cena's been since the heel turn because he's not heel Cena. Nope. That was definitely not an AA. His AA now has become a throw. And I get it. I absolutely get it. Totally get it. But it's not an AA anymore. The AA was not just put him up on your shoulders and then just fling him over to the side. Yeah, even at Niage. Shane's match with Steve Blackman. I don't know that John or that Jim Cornette would ever stop watching wrestling, but I could see him skipping a week here and there if things got really, really bad. But if AEW hasn't put him off at this point, I don't think anything will. Somebody's saying here, unpopular opinion, Cody Rhodes isn't good. I I have never been sold on Cody Rhodes as the face of the company. The crowd loves him. I totally get why WWE puts him in this position. I'm not arguing with that at all. Personally, for me, Cody Rhodes has never been a favorite. I've never wanted a Cody Rhodes t-shirt. I've never been like really excited for Cody. Obviously, I was glad he finished the story. I was glad that that finally happened. But just on its own, like I'm not a huge Cody Rhodes. I'm more of a Randy Orton fan than Cody Rhodes. I think Randy Orton can still go. I think that considering age being what it is, Randy Orton just defies it. Okay, so now everybody's playing this Crossroads. Nope. John kicks out. The only way he's going to pin him with Crossroads, for me to believe it's going to happen, he has to do like 3 Crossroads in a row. Like this is one of those matches where either we're going to get a schmoz finish or it's going to be multiple finishers in a row. Oh, the street fight between Angle and Shane McMahon. That looked like it sucked. That looked really painful when that glass didn't break. That, yeah. And I agree. Cody Rhodes wrestles regularly. Roman Reigns didn't. I've never liked the idea of putting your main title on a part timer because I remember Hulk Hogan in the 80s. I remember he would disappear for months at a time. And it just felt weird that the world champion was nowhere to be found for months. And and then he'd come back and he'd win and then he'd go away again. And it's like, what's going on? Why don't they give the title to somebody who's around every week? That's why I was a huge fan of Ricky Steamboat. I think your workers should be the ones that have the world title. That's why I'm perfectly fine with Seth Rollins being champion too. Seth is a fantastic worker. And that is one thing with Cody Rhodes. He's a very good worker. My GOAT wrestler, it'd be Bret Hart. One of the ultimate examples of a really good hardworking wrestler. Okay, so Cody's using the metal from the steel that attaches the rope to the post. That's a heel move by Cody. Yep, that's a heel move by Cody. I think we're getting heel Cody Rhodes now. Dream match Bret Hart versus Kurt Angle. Uh Man, if I had a dream match, it'd be Undertaker Sting. It's a shame we never got Undertaker Sting. Am I off center? No, I'm not off center. I'm good. Man, Cody is so heel. The crowd's booing him because he keeps hitting John Cena with the steel. And that's how you do a heel turn. Stone Cold versus Hogan. The problem was really Hogan's ego, and Stone Cold's ego. For that matter, they both had quite the ego. So having a match where neither wrestler wants to lose, it makes it tricky. If I ever had to throw away a jersey because it was too badly ruined or torn up, yes. There is an AHL jersey that Maple decided she really liked the strings on the neck. She shredded it. She shredded that jersey. Basically, I handed it to Yvonne and I had to go walk around for a bit because it was shredded, and I had never even worn it. And so, yeah, that was that jersey had to go. Here's what I said: has to do multiple crossroads to get the win. He's protecting Cena really well, though. Cena's head isn't coming anywhere near the mat. Yeah, he is protecting Cena. Cena kicked out after that third crossroads. So Cody can't win this match clean now. This is so much better than the match would have been if Cena was a heel. This match would not have worked if Cena was a heel. And that's the thing, like wrestlers that don't injure each other. I have a lot of one of the reasons I like Bret Hart, he never injured anybody. He was quite proud of the fact he never injured anybody. Okay, so Cody's picking up the title. So this is going to be the finish here, whatever's coming. This is the finish. So Cody's going to clock him with the belt, or at least he's looking at it. Did I like the Bret Hart versus Jerry Lawler rivalry? Um, I thought it went on too long, but they had a good feud, and some of the stuff that was said about Bret's family was legitimately funny. Now there's an AA. See, and now Cena won't hit him with the title. He's like, nope, because he's a good guy now. So yeah, this is going to be interesting. Up on the ropes. Okay, what's he going to do? Is he going to hit it? Is he going to hit the AA from the second rope? Yes. 1, 2. Cody kicks out. This could go on for hours. This could go on for a long time. And yes, they did finally realize Cena's heel turn wasn't working, and thank God for that. That was perfectly executed by Cena. Full credit where credit's due. Cody lands on his back. It was well done off that second rope. This is one of the best matches I've watched in a while. I even go further. We were talking earlier about how night 2 hasn't necessarily been great. This is save night 2 for me. This match has saved night 2. This match was worth getting through all that crap to get to this. The happy face t-shirts? I mean, since those are such high price tickets, I wouldn't be surprised if they know each other. So maybe it was planned out in advance. All right, so another Slim Jim table's going in the ring. I genuinely at this point don't know how this is going to end. But my God, I hope it ends with just the two wrestlers. I don't want outside crap. Please. Sorry to ask a hockey question, but as a Wild fan, should I be concerned about Kaprizov not resigning? Not yet. Last I saw, he's still in Russia. They're not working on re-signing him until he's back over in North America. At that point, they're going to talk contract with him and work on getting an extension done. There's no way he hits this. Yeah. Cody's fighting his way out. So that table, whoever sets up a table goes through the table. That is a wrestling rule. I pointed that out to Yvonne years ago. I said, whoever sets up the table goes through it. And that's exactly what happened. That way you can't complain, go, you put the table in the wrong place. No. You set the table up. That's up to you. You put it in the wrong spot. You put it in the wrong spot. Oh, he's set up for a 619. Just for fun. Turn the lights off, do the bell tolls, a distraction. There's a crossroads. Is he going for the pin again? He's not going to get it. He got it. Wow. Cody won the belt. Wow. Cody won the title. Huh. I'll be interested to see if the heel turn goes through on Raw or SmackDown. Because it sure looked like Cody decided I'm going to do whatever I have to win. Cornette and Brian Last will not care, like, or even remember all of SummerSlam like after 5 days. I think that match. I think Cornette will be pretty pissed off with a lot of the second night, but this match, I think he'll legitimately talk about how it was well done. So now, what do you do with Cena for the next 4 months? Cena doesn't need a title. Every match he has is a dream match. He doesn't need a belt. No, I think Cody though. I think we saw enough hints tonight that I think the turn's coming. I think that the hints of the heel turn started with him being willing to smack John Cena in the head with the title. The whole Cena heel turn was pointless. 100%. Went nowhere, made no sense. And yeah, that was that. But that was a good match. That was a very well wrestled match. I thought they did a good job. They had a lot of time, and Cena's limitations did not hurt the match at all. But see, Cena can still have a match with CM Punk. Cena can still fight Drew McIntyre. Cena can fight a bunch of wrestlers, and it'll be fine. And Cody just said, I'm sorry for putting you through all that. They're talking to each other. They're hugging right now. Cena raises his arm. I'm still waiting for a swerve. I guess it's not coming. I guess we're not getting a swerve. All the fireworks go off. Hopefully there's no residential neighborhoods nearby where dogs will be terrified by all those fireworks in the middle of the night. Is that it? Oh, my Netflix. I don't think that's it, but yeah, I'm really really glad that that match ended the way that it did. Cody Rhodes is the new champ, so there you go. All right, guys. Thanks for coming out. Thanks for watching the live stream. I was going to do another hockey video tonight, but I guess I'll just have to save that for tomorrow. I was thinking about rating defensemen today, but I'll make the internet mad tomorrow about all that. So, anyways, thank you guys so much for coming out, for watching this. Night 2 clearly not as good as night 1, but it happens. All right, the main event was fantastic though, so that's the important thing. The main event was I if and my ratings are always out of 10, I would give that a solid 9.5 out of 10. That was a really good match. Most of the rest of the matches tonight, probably 5s or 6s. The women's match that opened the night, I would give that a 7.5. I think that was a good match. Everything else was kind of just there. Even the tables, ladders, chairs, which is weird because I was so excited for that match. All right. Thanks for watching. Take care. I will talk to you again soon enough.